Welcome to the channel and welcome to this Warhammer 40k battle report, Tempest of War battle report between Tyranids and Harlequins. Yes, Harlequins are the dreaded bad boy on the block right now, but a new challenger has entered the AO. The Tyranids have a new codex, so let's see how the bugs do against the dancing, clowning space elves of doom. And we're going to be playing a mission from the new Tempest of War deck, Taken Hold and Hidden Supplies for the mission rule on this weird janky deployment, which is quite nice. Only 18 inches in the middle there. And the way this works is there are 6 primary objectives down on this battle grid. You get 5 points for 1, 10 points if you control 2, and 15 points if you control more than your opponent. So we're going to be scrabbling over these objectives up to a maximum of 45 points for the objectives. And then there's also 45 points available for the secondaries. And the way that works is quite simple. We've both got a secondary deck of 20 cards. And while we're scrabbling around trying to secure objectives, we're going to draw 3 cards a turn, and you can ditch some or you can't. Basically, you get 45 points for the secondaries as the game goes on. So orders coming in from high command, or in the case of the Tyranids, orders coming down from the Hive Mind saying, well, you've got a couple of primaries here, but grind them down, or battlefield supremacy. You can get a maximum of 45 points for these. Each of these cards is normally worth 5 points, so 5, 10, 15. Potentially, you could score 15 points on your secondaries in turn 1, 2, and 3, and max out your secondaries in the first 3 turns. And so in turns 4 and 5, it'd be unlikely, but in turns 4 and 5, just focus on killing your opponent and getting the primary missions down. Personally, I think it's a great way of playing 40k. You're still trying to get the objectives like you normally do. Everyone knows how to do that now. And you have to bring a bit more of a balanced list, a bit more of a rounded list, so you can respond to the objectives as and when they come up. And this beautiful battlefield has been set up for your viewing pleasure. What we've got here is a lovely battle map from urbanmats.com, and the craters are from urbanmats.com. And then apart from all the little bits of dressing I put down, these lovely spire towers, the ruined buildings, these fortified buildings, and these bunkers and dugouts, this is all from marchofwar.com or marchofwar.co.uk. I'll put links to that in the video below. He's been on the channel for a few times. He's a nice guy. So the Tyranids have infected this planet, and we're going to be fighting in and amongst these mean city streets. Plenty of light cover all over the place. Plenty of line of sight blocking terrain, because of course you can't shoot through ruins unless you're in them. And we welcome back to the channel Liam Dempsey from Liam Dempsey's YouTube channel. Say hi, Liam Dempsey from Liam Dempsey's YouTube channel.
Hi, Liam Dempsey from Liam Dempsey's YouTube channel. I did it that time. I didn't do it last time. I got it wrong last time. I'm very excited for playing Tempest.
It's good, isn't it?
It's my favourite.
You've done a couple of Tempest of Wars already on your live stream battle reports on Wednesday nights.
When is this going? This is going out Sunday. So we've done 2 live streams of Tempest of War already, and I've pre-recorded one for deploymentzone.tv against Eddie and his Necrons. We've done 2 live streams already. It's my fave. It's my new They've actually pulled it out last minute when I was going, match play's getting really boring. I'm not. They've done this, and I'm like, this is genius.
Yes.
Games Workshop. This is actually, I love it. I'm such a fan of this way of playing 40k. So it's my favourite.
I actually played a tester game.
Yeah.
On Wednesday or Tuesday or something or other. I played one. I didn't film. I don't film everything. I just played it for fun, just to get my head around it and stuff, and it was lovely as well.
So the first time you played Tempest?
Yeah.
Cool. So I've played it twice and streamed another game of it. It's just brilliant.
It's simple. You're just trying to score primaries, you're trying to score your secondaries, trying to kill each. It's simple, it's lovely, it's juicy, I like it.
Considering we said that 9th is the best core rule set they've ever made,
yes,
this is now the best way to play 40k, in my opinion, they've ever made.
Yes.
That's genuinely my opinion so far. Conscious there's only 3 games so far out the gates. I just think it's the best. It's my favourite by far. Now,
you are one half of deploymentzone.tv, so if you'd like to support us, if you'd like to get more videos from me, and from Liam, then join us in the deployment zone. We have podcasts in there. You've got an ECP podcast that you need to record tonight.
I can do that tonight, yeah.
The Necromunda Season 2 has started in the deployment zone. So if you join now, you can watch all of Season 1. And Season 2 is going to be running for, I don't know, 3 months, I think. And then I'm actually on this Sunday, I'm filming a new campaign for the deployment zone, the Silver Cage, Grey Knights versus Thousand Suns. They've got some dastardly plans.
Is that with Stylus?
Stylus.
He's going to play with you.
So doing that, I know. So there's lots of things, lots of reasons to come join us in the deployment zone for all the extra content, or it is the best way to support us and support us. Right. We're going to have a look at the armies, but first a word from our sponsors. Hi there, I'm Winters, and it's hot in here, this fire. Hi, would you like some dice? Some lovely deploymentzone.tv dice, the dice that I use in battle reports. Well, you can. Just go to the deploymentzone.tv page, click on the merchandise thing, and then this comes up. And then the way to get the dice is for exclusive DZTV dice as seen in our battle reports and stuff like that. Click on this little red thing there, Element Games, and it takes you there. Look, there's the dice. So if you'd like some lovely dice of many lovely colours, then go to the deploymentzone.tv merchandise page and click on the. I wish it wasn't so many steps. Okay, all the sound in here was a little. Just that's it. It is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. And then back to the battle or whatever we're doing this time. Thanks. Right, thank you, Winters. This is 1,500 points worth of Hive Fleet Kraken from the new Tyranid book, Kraken. Right, the way it works now is Kraken has a base ability and an adaptation, which is when I charge, I get +1 AP, which isn't going to help against you because you've got invulnerable saves.
Sorry.
And everyone has got like a base adaptation. Leviathan's is the good one. Leviathan monsters all get transhuman. Can't be wounded on a 1, 2, 3. But they are monsters. Wounding a toughness 8 thing on a 1, 2, 3 is almost impossible anyway.
Ugh.
So all the monsters get transhuman.
Right.
And all the little bugs get mini transhuman. Can't be wounded on 1s and 2s.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
So the whole army can't be wounded on 1, 2, 3s or 1s and 2s. Now, the reason why this is a real kicker though is because the whole army's got tougher. Like, the little bugs used to have a 6-up save. They've now got a 5-up save. Put them in ruins, 4-up save. Warriors used to be toughness 4. They're now toughness 5. Screamer Killers used to have 8 wounds with a 3-up save. They've got 9 wounds with a 2-up save.
Carnifexes are actually scary now, aren't they?
9 wounds with a 2-up save -1 damage. Yeah. So it's like a tougher dreadnought.
Yeah.
11 attacks on the charge.
I know.
This is like... Bring stuff you don't normally bring, like Tervagon, good now. Haruspex, good now. Morlock, 16 attacks.
I know.
Or is that one with 16 attacks? I think that one's got 16 attacks and the top screen's got 12 attacks. It's got a fight first, fight last ability, the ability to do... There's a strat on a thing, because, like Harlequins can always fall back and charge, fall back and thing, and da-da-da-da. This thing, if it hits you, there's a strat, like if it hits you with a shooting attack, then you roll a dice, and on a 2-up, you can only charge that next turn if you want to charge something else. You have to charge it, because you're trapped by its wiggly tendrils. You could choose not to charge it and move off in a different direction, but say you wanted to come in and charge them and then I hit you with my wiggly tendrils, you're going to have to charge that.
Trapped by the wiggly tendrils?
Trapped, yeah.
I know how it feels.
Absolute nightmare. So, Hive Fleet Kraken. First bit is +1 AP, and then the second adaptation is when you advance, it's D3 +3. Now, they've all got a second adaptation, but you can swap them out if you want to, and there's a list of things you can swap them out for.
And you pick it when you know your opponent,
and you pick it. Well, actually, you pick it at first turn after you figure out who's going first. So you can pick one that does this way or pick one that does that way, but you have to swap out your second adaptation. I already know what I'm picking because I haven't got much gun and it's Tyranids and I want to eat you. And I'm picking out one of the feeder ones. And instead of having that bonus to advance, I'm going to have +1 charge. My whole army's got +1 charge.
But it's really narrative, like the Hive Mind's learnt.
It's adapted.
I love it.
It sees your fast little space clowns jumping all over the place. It's like +1 charge.
I love it. I love the narrative behind the fact that we can adapt at the start of the game because we learn.
And if Tyranid players are out there and you haven't, you need to pre-order this codex because everything, well, almost everything has got better. Every single one of these data sheets is tweaked a little bit. Normally when codexes come out, there's a few tweaks here or there, or half of the data sheets in the book are tweaked here or there. I can't find a data sheet that hasn't been touched by the Hive Mind. So Kraken, I'm going to have +1 AP on the charge, doesn't help me. I'm going to have +1 charge. And I've got a patrol. I've got her, Turvagon with some Turva Gats. And the way this works is she has 1 spell, Smite and Thingy Bob, but I've given her the Resonance Barb so she can cast, so she knows 2 spells and she gets +1 to cast. So I've given her Onslaught and Catalyst. So she's got Onslaught, Catalyst and Smite. She can still only cast 1, but there's a strat, Power of the Hive Mind, where I can cast 2 if I want to. And she's got, I forget what it's called, something biology. She's got 5 up, feel no pain, because she's my warlord. Need to keep her alive. And she's huge. And the thing about her is, these little Gribblies have got a rule. That is, if there's more than 15 or more of them in front of her, closer to her, if they're in engagement range of her, and they're closer to her than you are to her, you can't shoot her at all. It's living swarm. They block the shots.
Like bodyguard?
Yeah. So you've got to kill enough of the little bugs so then you can shoot her. Or you need to swing around this way so they're not in the way. So you need to shoot her. Now, she's 215 points as well. But once per game, she can spawn in. I'll put them down here, look. 10 little bugs for free that don't count towards reinforcement points. So if she's alive in turn 1, I'm going to spawn them in. And so she's 215 points, but really take 70 off of that. That's maths. She's really 145 points. It specifically says it doesn't count towards reinforcement points.
That's cool.
And she spawns them back in like she always does. She spawns back in 2d3 a turn every turn. And there is endless swarm strat. If I haven't spawned enough back in, I can spend a strat to spawn into d3 plus 3 more back in. So the idea is she's got loads of little Gribblies around her, and she should stay safe, and they're troops. Okay? Synapse. 2 units of warriors. Synapse. There's 3 bone swords in there, and then a bunch of death spitters and scything talons, and then there's 2 venom cannons in there, and death spitters and scything talons. Scything talons are, these guys got 3 attacks. Scything talons get you an extra attack per scything talon. They've got 5 attacks now. Strength 5 minus 1 damage.
Wow.
I've given them adrenal glands. Adrenal glands means they get +1 strength and +1 move.
So strength 6?
Yeah, they're strength 6.
So they're winning my infantry on 2s now.
Which means the bone swords are strength 8. So if you had a unit of 8 of these or 9 of these, give them adrenal glands. And the thing is, you pay adrenal glands once and it affects the unit. And they get +1 move and +1 strength.
They're really good now, aren't they, warriors?
That's what adrenal glands are. They're good now.
They're really good.
Still got a 4-up save, but they're toughness 5. Now, toxin sacks, you can give toxin sacks to these, but I haven't. I've given them to the Screamer Killers. And toxin sacks are 6s to hit, auto wound. And the reason why I've given it to Screamer Killers is because even though they're quite nasty, they're only strength 6. They've got a bajillion attacks at -3 damage. But it's always the wounding part that hurts. So 6s to hit with them with their 11 attacks on the charge will auto wound. This thing can burrow up, like it always does. This is big and squiggly. That's big and chompy, Haruspex, Toxicrene, things like that. So you've basically got 5 monsters charging down towards you. We've got the Hive Mind in the middle, try and keep it alive with a bit of catalysting. There are shots all over the place with Modespoters, Venom Cannons, and the little guys. Even the little guys, Flesh Borers. Strength 5, -1 damage.
It's better than bolt guns.
Yeah. What's your toughness?
3.
3. Scorch Bugs, +1 strength. Strength 6. Put Scorch Bugs on them. It's a strat. So instead of strength 5, -1 damage, burn a CP, and then strength 6, -1 damage. I'm suddenly wounding you on 2s.
No.
So we have the Swarm going up against the Clouds. And I love this list because this isn't a list that you would have ever seen before the Codex came. I mean, when's the last time we've seen Toxicrenes and Haruspex and large chunks of warriors wandering around all over the place?
When was the last time you saw a Tyranid list that didn't have Hive Guard or Zoanthropes in it?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. See, the other thing about the old Codex was in every codex, there's normally 1 or 2 units that people don't bring. In the old Tyranid book, there was like half of it that you wouldn't bring. Half of it was honestly a bit poo.
Yeah.
Now, reading through it, I don't know what's poo. I can't find... everything in it looks good. I want to try everything.
There's one loser.
What's that?
Gene Stealers.
Gene Stealers aren't great.
Only because they've limited it to 10 and moved them to elites.
Yeah.
So if people that had like 60 before, half of them are now probably going on eBay.
Yeah.
That's the only downside.
But you can forward deploy them now. Those little spawn markers, they count as apothecaries. You can spawn units back into them for free.
I don't think they're bad. They've just lost because they're no longer troops and they're smaller unit sizes. I'm not saying they're a bad unit. They're just, losing Obsec Gene Stealers is...
Yeah, losing Object Gene Stealers is a pain. But having said that, there's so many good things and so many other things in the book that I want to try out. Yeah. I think the reason why we're not going to see very many Gene Stealers is because people are going to bring lots of top screens. Look, 115 points, and it's a tough dreadnought with -1 damage. You can bring 9 of these.
It's a Carnifex, so it's cool.
Screamer Killer.
It's the same thing.
Carnifex, yeah. So 9 of these, 3 units of 3, just rampaging up the battlefield. And with Hive Fleet Leviathan, I think they get transhuman as well. See, this is the other thing. These guys, warriors are not monsters, so they will have normal transhuman as well in a Leviathan list. I feel like Leviathan will be the way to go once the dust settles and people start playing Tyranids more. But there's options. I like the book. I'm going to shut up. This is my list. Let's go and have a look at the clowns. Here we have 1495 points of the clowns. Is this, we've got patrol with detachment, what we're looking at?
It's Battalion.
Battalion.
It's a Battalion, Winters.
Would you like to talk us through?
I absolutely would love to talk you through the list, and I've made it 1495 points because everyone's complaining about how good Harlequins were, so I thought I'd give you an advantage.
Of 5 points?
5 points, yeah.
You're generous.
Or it was because I couldn't squeeze 5 more points into the list. Anyway, we have a Battalion detachment of Harlequins. We have 2 HQ choices. We have an elites, we have lots of troops, fasts and transport. So, I'll talk through the HQs and we'll skim over some of the units because the HQs got lots of upgrades.
Can you remind me what Harlequins do again and why everyone's scared of them?
Harlequins as standard have rising crescendo and all the bikes in infantry, which means they basically... their rules mean that they can advance and charge and they can fall back and charge, which is really good. And because they have flip belts, they can move over terrain, move over everything. It also means that every single model in the unit has a 4+ invulnerable save, and I get luck dice. So I get a minimum 3 luck dice per turn. I can gamble any number to try and get some more luck dice on top of those 3. And those luck dice can be used for everything a command point reroll can be used for, but it doesn't limit you to once per phase. So you can use them to reroll all your invulnerable saves, which makes them very tough.
So if you had 3 luck dice... you could use them as 3 CP rerolls because they're not a CP reroll, all in one roll.
Yeah, and you could obviously do a CP as well.
Yeah,
so you get 4 you could get 4 rerolls on an invulnerable save, which makes them really good.
Luck of the Laughing God.
Layered into that is I'm running them as light. So Blaze of Light is their trait. And you can either pick light, dark, or twilight. We pick light. This is what makes them really silly. So if I'm more than 12 inches away from you, and you shoot at me, you fail to hit me on 1s, 2s, and 3s.
Okay.
So it's basically transhuman, but for shooting, for ranged.
Can only hit you on a 4-up if I'm more than 12 away.
Yes.
Got it.
And if I move and advance, I can fire pistols, or I can fire anything as if I'd remain stationary. So I can advance my bikes, so I can move them 16 inches, I can advance them flat 6 inches because they're bikes, I can still fire their cannons, and I can still charge them.
Oh.
So they're exceptionally mobile.
And the big guys as well. They can move and advance and fire them as those.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And on 1, 2, 3s, I can't hit you more than 12 inches away.
Yes.
Okay, easy to remember.
Pretty silly, right?
Yeah. With a 4-up invulnerable save, it means half of my shots aren't hitting you and then half the shots you're saving anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's alright, you've got those strength 6s in there, you're good.
Well, I intend to eat you rather than shoot you.
So I have my Troop Master, who's my Warlord.
Okay.
And I spent a command point to give him 2 Warlord traits.
Nice.
So he's got a Foot of the Future, basically means he advances D3 plus 3 instead of D6, and he adds 6 to his charge rolls.
Ooh.
So he's fast, very fast. He also has his other Warlord trait, which is Player of the Light, so he can Hurricane intervene 6 inches, and he adds 1 to his Strength and Attacks characteristics.
So he's quite choppy, quite fast.
He's quite choppy, quite fast. He's got Choreographer of War, so he gives reroll wound rolls of 1 to all core units within 6 inches.
The bike's core?
Bikes are core.
So all the players...
Bikes are officially in the Codex. Bikes are doing things that get core.
Right.
But players, it's a mistake. Players should have core.
Yes, and spoken to Games Workshop about this. By the time you're watching this video, it'll probably be fact. They have core. I think I'm releasing this on Sunday anyway, so the fact might not be out by then, but we know that it's going to get changed. So
we then have a Queen of Shards ability, which is his pivotal role.
Right.
So unmodified wound rolls of 5+, ignore invuns.
Okay.
He has a Harlequins Kiss that's upgraded to the Segarax Rose. That relic replaces the Harlequin's Kiss and basically allows him to reroll all wound rolls.
Okay.
So you can fish for those 5 up to ignore invulnerable
I
saves.
don't think I have vulnerable saves anywhere in my army. I'm just really tough.
Yeah, I don't think you have either. If you had like Zoanthropes or the Swarm Lord, it would have been tasty. Yeah. I don't think you have them. Yeah. And then we also have a fusion pistol as well.
Okay.
Cool. We then have 3 units of troops. There's some slight proxying going on because the loadout's changed massively. You used to be able to run 4 fusion pistols in an army for a unit of troops, and you can't do that anymore.
Mark of Dave.
I've marked of Daved it, unfortunately, because I've got my painter painting up some more Harlequins for me now so I can do it correctly. Each unit has 2 fusion pistols in, 2 Harlequins caresses in, and 1 Harlequin's kiss.
Right.
The caresses and kisses are important because it gives me the keywords in the units to allow me to unlock certain stratagems.
Okay.
That's the only reason why we need to know that is I do know which one's the troop master and which ones are the normal infantry though, so we're safe for that purposes. They have 3 Starweaver transports with dual shuriken cannons.
Yes.
Heavy support choices, we have 2 Void Weavers.
These are like mine. There's something about these as well.
Okay, so
I can't hit you on 1, 2, 3s.
All of the boats
yes
are -1 to hit.
Right.
And you cannot reroll the hit roll against them.
So -1 to hit, cannot reroll the hit roll against them, and I can only hit them on a 4, 5, 6, which might be a 5, 6. And I can't re-roll the hit.
No.
And they got a 4-up invulnerable save.
Yeah, and 2 shuriken cannons, which are, each of them is 3 shots at strength 6 -1, flat 2 damage.
So these are the nasty ones. That's why people bring in 9, because that's just crazy what you just said.
Yeah, so I only have 2 of these. Yes. I have 2 more that's going to the painter. They have the prism cannons, which are very, very good now. They have the same. So you can't, the -1 to hit, you can't roll the hit roll against them. They still have the 2 shuriken cannons, but they get the prism cannon as well, which is pretty tasty. 2 shots at strength 12, minus stupid, lots of damage. 3d3 damage. They're really nice. And they, don't forget, they can move, advance, steal fire. Very good.
Yeah, very fast. Good. A lot of shots, a lot of Dakar. Bikes, we have 3 units of 3.
3 units of 3, each with Zephyr Glades, all with Haywire cannons, because that's what I have. So I could have tailored and gone Shuriken cannons. We decided not to. We've gone all Haywire cannons. Which are very good against vehicles, Winters. So all those vehicles you'll bring in today.
I don't have any vehicles.
No.
No.
I should mention, you can't reroll the hit roll against those either.
What?
But they're only -1 in melee, not at ranged. So they're -1 all the time. They're only -1 in melee.
Okay.
Cool.
So 4-up invulnerable save them very fast. And restrictions to hitting this army.
We've got 2 more characters.
We have. There's more.
Which I haven't talked about yet, because I've just spotted them and I should probably tell you about them as well. So the second HQ choice for the Battalion is the Shadow Seer. He's got Fog of Dreams and Webway Dance. He also has Mirror Architect. So anything that's within 6 inches of him counts as being 6 inches further away from you than it actually is. That's important for things like charging. They count as being further away by 6 inches.
Wow.
And he's got Shield from Harm. So all core or characters within 6 inches are -1 to wound.
Okay.
So if you attack it, if I've got my infantry within 6 inches of them and you attack them, they're -1 to wound, which is important.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
And then finally, we have the Death Jester, who I spent another command point for to make him better. I basically have given him a Warlord trait. So he's got Favour of Segarak, which is his Warlord trait, which is once per turn I can pick a hit roll, a wound roll, or saving throw and make it a 6. And he's got Harvester of Torment, which means every unmodified hit roll of a 6 scores 3 additional hits.
So you've got a thing that makes sure you get a 6.
Yeah.
And then if you get a 6, you get 3 hits.
Yeah.
But if you roll like 3 6s, then that'd be 9 hits.
No,
anyway.
12. You get 3 additional hits.
What?
So for every 6 you roll, if you roll 3 6s, you get 12 hits.
Whoa.
It's really good.
And he's a sniper, he can pick on characters.
He can pick on characters with his strength 6 -2, 2 damage shuriken weapon. Yes.
Okay. Alright. Well, so he can pick on... Well, no, because you can't target my character with the endless swarm, the swarming...
No, I need to get rid of... Because they've got that bodyguard rule, I need to get rid of those little bugs
It's not
first.
a bodyguard rule. It says you just can't... If that is within an inch and closer to you than the thing, then you can't do the thing.
Yeah, I can't do the thing.
Yeah. Okay, so Harlequins, feared across the tabletops. Who'd have thought it? Who'd have dreamt of the day when Harlequins were one of the most feared armies in Warhammer 40k, but they're just so hard to hit these days.
I love it and I hate it. I love it because they've got real play now. I hate it because they're too good. They went past 100 by quite a lot.
But is there anything that prevents you getting eaten by really big bugs?
No, well, no. So the reason why I bought a Harlequins is because I thought, because you did what Winters does, didn't you?
What?
You said, oh, we'll probably do new Harlequins versus Deathwing with my No Retreat Legends list.
Yeah, but there's a new codex that's coming out this weekend. It's called Tyranids.
Yeah. So I turned up and went, oh, that's a funny looking Deathwing.
Yeah. Tyranids. Well, I suppose the one thing that you have got that will negate me coming to eat you is you're very, 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 very quick.
Which also means they should play Tempest of War very well.
Yeah. So let's find out. Let's go on to deployment. And we're deployed for this 1,500 point game of Tempest of War. The Harlequins from the Sailith of the Light are deployed like this with some bikes, some more bikes. Whereas the two big nasty tanks are here.
Like how you're calling Harlequins big nasty tanks. 2-point weavers.
Yes.
One transport with the Shadow Seer inside, one transport with the Troop Master inside. So put them next so you can see who's inside what.
Okay, so that's inside that, that's inside that. Last transport over here with the Death Jester and another unit of bikes.
Yeah.
And I thought about hiding for about 2 seconds, and then I remembered just how fast, how manoeuvrable your army is. So if you go first, there really is no point in trying to hide behind any of these buildings. You will be able to outflank me at some point. Now, I haven't put anything up here, but the Morlock is in reserve and can burst up from underground at some point. I've put Big Mama, the Turvagon, right in the middle of the battle grid, surrounded by her brood. These warriors, they're below, Liam.
Yeah.
Liam, they're all on the ground floor. It's just this way. It's so hard. It's getting under there. I knocked the train over, and it took me a while to set the train up. So
it looks cool though.
So it looks cool, but they're on the ground, ready to run out. That's so we can see them and we know where they are. Toxicrene, Haruspex, Unit of 6, Screamer Killer, another Screamer Killer. Basically a chunk this way. I'm on an objective, you're on an objective. The other 4 objectives are in no man's land. So how do you think this is going to go? I've got no idea, because you've played Harlequins quite a bit since the new book came out and you're loving them.
I do. It's interesting actually, because if you think about it, your ranged firepower is probably not your most scariest thing in this list nowadays. Like, you've got some decent firepower, but not loads of it. So a lot of my defences are against ranged. But then I've got lots of invulnerable saves. I'm super fast. Tempest needs me to go and grab objectives.
Yeah.
I'm quite interested to see what the new units can do.
You should outscore me on the primaries quite quickly.
To start with. And then I should spread out and then claim some, and we'll see. Anyway, we need to roll on to see who has to go first. It's still match play. The winner will get. You got your Eldar dice. I have, yeah.
Good luck. I've rolled a 2, 1.
Oh.
Looks like it's Tyranids.
Uh-oh.
Turn 1. Here is the will of the Hive Mind in turn 1. Take an objective which the Harlequins have designated. Don't fall back or fail morale or move off on objective. And storm the enemy lines. Take an objective that they control. That one I'm not going to be able to do in turn 1, but clearly the will of the Hive Mind is to move out across this battle grid. Right, here we are after the Tyranids command and movement phase. A couple of things have happened. So what she does is, you paying attention?
Yes.
She spawns models back into little termagant.
Yeah.
That's what she does. She does that all once per battle. She spawns a 10-man squad. So she hasn't been injured yet, so spawn the 10-man squad now.
Right.
Because if I hold on to that and you start whittling these down, then I'm probably going to want to spawn back into the big blob.
How many points is a 10-man unit?
There's 7 points each, 70 points.
So you just got a flat extra 70 points?
Yes.
Okay.
Once per battle, she does that, bam. If you had 3 of these, you could add 210 points back to your army. So that's what happened there. In the command phase as well, she's got an ability where she talks to these people and tell them to hit on 3s instead of 4s. But there's no point doing that because I only hit you on 4s.
Is it just termagants, right?
Just termagants. Okay. She's also in synaptic link range, which is 12 inches to another synapse unit, the warriors and these warriors. Because the way that works is there's spells that you can kick out or abilities that you kick out, and it says you've got to be in synaptic link range. So, for example, she can cast Catalyst to something in synaptic link range, right? Within 12 of her. But say there's a synapse thing here and a synapse thing here, and then I want to cast it on that unit over here. She can link it from that to the synapse, and then it'll hit that one over there. It's the Hive Mind flooding through the Tyranids.
Basically just bounce it on.
Bounce it on. Yeah.
Right.
So
that's cool.
It is cool. I like that. It's very Tyranidy.
Yeah.
You've got to make sure all your synapse creatures are within 12 inches of each other. So the abilities for the spells that you want to cast or the orders they can give out, like orders, you can do up and down the line. So that's what's happened here. Lots of advancing going forward. I can't shoot with anything over there, but I am on that objective. Didn't advance with these guys in the middle because they have got some shots down the line. And then the last thing is attempting a target. You nominate an objective, and you nominated this one here. And if I control that, this secondary mission is achieved at the end of your turn if you control the objective identifier. So if I control that, I get 5 points, right?
Yeah.
So you'd nominated that one, so I put my Morlock marker down. So the way it works with Morlocks are, they can burst up with Terror from the Deep whenever you want to. You just burst them up, or you can put these markers down. And if any enemy unit is within 6 inches of that in your turn, or in my turn when it comes up, because you put the marker down, it doesn't come up yet. It's turn 1, it can't come up yet. When it comes up next turn, if you're within 6 inches of that marker, you're going to take mortal wounds.
Okay. How many?
It'll be, I think it's 2d3 or d3 plus 3, depending on what I roll.
Oh.
And then when I come up, I can come up with anywhere within 12 inches of that marker anyway.
So if I put my bike units here, both units will suffer probably at least 2d3 more wounds.
Yeah. If this objective
is it like a 2 plus or a 4 plus, or just happens?
2 plus, and then if you get, if there's and so if that was in your deployment zone and you had 4 units around it, like your tanks and your artillery support and this, you've got to get, everyone's got to get out of range of that, or they'll take mortal wounds, or you can just take it. I think it's D3 actually. It's just D3, but if you roll high, it can be D3 plus 3. So it can be up to 6.
If I stay away from 6 inches, you just come up and nothing happens.
And come up within 12 of that. Nothing happens.
And then charge?
And then, that's the other thing. If when I burst up, I'm more than 9 inches away, I can charge. If I'm really close to you, only a couple of inches away, come up anywhere within 12, not in engagement range, I can't charge.
Okay.
Thank
God for that.
Can't charge.
A little bit
but it's like you can hear the ground rumbling, and if you, even with your floaty bikes, if you're above that or near that, then piles of rock and spars and scaffolding from the ground is going to come up and burst into them. That is the end of my movement phase, trying to get that objective down there. I need to do a psychic power with Big Mama, and I want to cast Catalyst on that unit of warriors that are hanging in the wind there. It's a 6 to cast, but a 5 because of Resonance Barb, and that passes.
Cool.
I could spend a CP to do another power. You're too far away to deny, so I'm not going to spend a CP to do anything. That is the end of my psychic phase. Now we're going to go on to the shooting phase, and the only thing that can really shoot is this chunky squad of warriors are going to shoot at the bikes over there. Shooting with Despoters. Here's the ones that are in range. I hit you on 4s because of Harlequins. Strength 5 versus toughness 4 is 3s to wound, and it's only 3 wounds at -2, 1 damage.
-2?
Yes.
4 plus invulnerable, so 8. Oh, I take 2. Hang on, Winters.
What?
I forgot.
What?
Start the battle round, I do luck dice.
Okay.
I could re-roll some of those saves.
So you get 3 anyway.
So I get 3 as standard. I'm going to gamble 2.
Okay.
I'm going to get 2 different results. I didn't get 2 different. So I only got 3 luck dice.
If you get the same result, you don't add luck dice.
Any doubles and you don't get luck dice.
So you could have gambled 1 and you'll always get a... Yeah.
But I've got 3.
You got 3.
So 2 failed saves. I'm going to re-roll both of them.
Okay.
Oh, look, I didn't take any wounds.
Okay.
I've got 1 luck dice left.
You took no wounds whatsoever, and that is the end of my turn 1. I'm just setting up. I'm on 1-2 objectives. I don't score primaries this turn. So long as I don't fail morale or move off of that objective, which I shouldn't, I'm going to get my take and hold thing. I do need the tempting target over here. But that's the end of turn 1. I'm done, no damage whatsoever. Come at me, bruh, in Harlequins turn 1. 1 minute. One of the things you can do at the end of the turn is ditch one of these, or ditch as many of these that you don't. I don't want that one. So that one's gone. It means that I can, because I might get that one a tempting target. It's basically forcing you to stay on that objective, which is in the corner. I'm happy with that. Should get, ditching this one. And here are the objectives for the Harlequins. They need to grind me down, kill more Tyranid units than I kill of Harlequin units, get in my deployment zone, and deploy a teleport homer and get in my deployment zone and capture the enemy outpost. They want to storm my lines. Right, here we are after the Harlequins movement phase. Now, Deploying teleport homers or capturing the enemy outpost isn't going to happen this turn. There is a strat in the Tempest of War deck, and you can spend a CP to burn one of these and draw another one, and we both did that while we were pulling objective cards. But yeah, both of these aren't going to happen this turn. There is a unit of bikes that advanced all the way around this way, which could get there next turn to deploy teleport homers, and capturing the enemy outpost. The one objective in my deployment zone is down there. That's not going to happen. But I haven't scored any of my secondaries yet. So this unit of bikes zipping around here. This unit of bikes are unafraid of the rumbling underground, and have come up and sat on top of the marker that the Morlock, that's what it's called, Morlock put down. They can hear a rumbling. You did get out your Death Jester, who leapt all the way up here from one of the transports, this transport here, and you also got out a unit of players which advance round and are coming straight towards the Harlequins. Talking about coming straight towards things, the bikers are also zipping around here to take on the warriors. So some brave and noble moves from the Harlequins, smashing straight towards the Tyranid lines. One other thing though is I'm only on 2 objectives, but right now the Harlequins are on 3 objectives, so they should get maximum points on the primaries in the next command phase if they're still on these objectives. What are you thinking?
They moved and advanced and got out of transport, which means they moved more than 8 inches.
Yeah.
Spent 2 command points on Prismatic Blur.
Right.
They now have a 3+ invulnerable save.
Have a 3+ invulnerable save.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So if you fail to kill the Harlequins with all the shots and all the guns that you're lining up, perhaps they will stay alive.
Possibly, maybe not.
Okay. You're dancing around the edges. I noticed that there is this concave bow.
Yeah, I'm actually mildly concerned.
Really? You're Harlequins?
Yeah, I know, but like I said, my defensive buffs are typically against range firepower. But because I have to come at you, because the cards tell me I have to come at you, I'm actually a little bit frightened.
Well, you can ditch these next turn, at the end of this turn if you want to.
I'm likely to ditch one of them.
Okay. So we have a Psychic Phaseness. Do you have any Psychic Phaseness?
I have some Psychic Phaseness.
What are we doing?
One of them, which is a warp charge value of 7, is called Webway Dancers.
Yep.
Everything within 6 inches of him gets a 6-up for no pain.
With him?
Yeah.
Nice.
So all this gets 6-up for no pain. We also have,
yes,
before you go any further, Fog of Dreams.
Fog of Dreams.
So I'm going to pick, I think, this particular Void with Transport.
Mm.
That's a successful cast. You can't target it.
Okay.
Unless you're, either it's the nearest or you're within 12.
Okay, a bit like her.
A bit like her, yeah.
Right, let's go on to the shooting phase. Right, we're opening up the shooting phase with the players targeting the Harlequins they mean to charge. 2 fusion pistols coming in hot.
3s! Oh. That's not very good. I might use a lot. I might re-roll them.
You've got a luck dice and a command point thing.
I'm going to do both.
Okay.
Cool, 1 hit. That was worth it.
And so with a little bit of luck, 1 hit gets through, but can it wound? Strength 8 versus toughness 8.
4s. No.
Then it doesn't wound.
We do have 3 shuriken pistols.
Okay.
They will hit you on 3s.
2 hits.
They do hit. They are strength 4.
Okay.
So 6s. But they are AP -3 if you roll a 6.
Well, it's got a 2-up save now.
So it's 5-up.
Yeah. Which it fails. It starts off with 15 wounds. It's got 14 left. Right, next up we're going with the Death Jester up here, shooting down into the warriors. They're in the ruin, so you can see them.
I can see them.
Yeah.
I get 3 shots.
Right.
I hit on 2s.
Okay.
None of them are exploding 6s, but I can automatically change one to a 6.
Yes.
Which means I just get 3 additional hits.
Okay, so you get 6 hits.
Yeah, I'm strength 6.
They're toughness 5.
Toughness 5 now.
Yeah.
When you're 3s.
Okay.
And 6s are AP -4.
Oh, no save.
So those are AP -4.
Right.
And these are just AP -2.
Well, I'm in the cover, so those will be 5-up saves. Oh dear. And how much damage is it?
2 each.
Whoa. So that'll kill. There was 5 that got through then. 1, 2, and 1's on 1 wound.
Yes.
Only 4 warriors remaining. Now we've got the haywire cannons from the bikers coming in.
So they're D3 + 1 each. So I roll 3d3 and add 3. Oh.
Now you advanced, but you can shoot without penalty for advancing. So these still hit on 3s. Good against vehicles. I'm not a vehicle. Strength 3 versus toughness 5.
Yeah, so it's 5 to wound you.
Okay, there's no wounds.
That didn't really work for me.
So electricity just flickers over the warriors there, causing no damage. So we're coming across to the transport, shooting his shuriken cannons in.
3s.
Only 3 hits. Strength, the Shuriken Cannon?
6 again.
Okay, so 3 is to wound.
Oh.
That's not very lucky for the luck of the laughing god. Interesting. That's all of the shots from this quarter of the battle grid. So now we're going down to the Void Weaver.
Void Weaver.
Firing its Void Weaver cannon, threading the needle and slamming into the Harrow-Specs. 2 shots.
This is Focus Pulse.
Okay.
So I'm going to hit you on 3s. Like that. Strength 12.
Wow. Toughness 8.
So wound you on 3s.
Okay.
So wound you once.
AP.
AP is -1,000,000. It's actually AP -4.
Okay, because I have a top save, so
I can CP
on a
reroll
6.
it, can't I?
You just did a CP reroll on your lucky thing earlier.
Oh, that was with fusion pistols. That's the same phase. You're right.
Yeah. So I need a 6.
You need a 6.
I don't get a 6. How much damage?
It does a grand total of 2d3 damage.
Okay, roll low, please. I'm gonna hit the floor. Thanks for rolling low. That's only 2 damage. Then the cannons of the Shuriken variety on... Oh, you're rolling low today. And this is 5s to wound. No wounds. That makes things interesting because you lined up the other prism cannon void thingy bob to perhaps shoot at the other Toxicrene.
Yeah.
But you did line it up so because that is a ruin. This is a ruin. We're quite counting each of these pieces as separate. So you can thread the needle through there and fire at the Harrow-Specs again. You really want to... Because you're worried about your little guys. They've got a 3-up invulnerable save when they go wheeling in. Surely they'll be fine.
They could kill him if they charge, actually. But
it's got 12 wounds left. Can they? Can they do 12 damage?
If they do 2 damage each in melee.
But can they do 12 damage?
And they can do up to 6 on the charge. With
toughness 8?
I don't know. So I'm going to shoot the... I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to shoot this transport at them first.
Okay.
See if he can chip some wounds off.
Chip some wounds off.
Which isn't looking good at the moment.
I like chips.
But me too.
Chips.
Lots and lots and lots of salt and vinegar.
You know what? I haven't had a chip buddy for time.
Okay, good. This is better.
Right,
so this one's AP -1.
Yes.
And these 2 are AP -3. I haven't had a chip buddy for time either. That's the next time we're eating.
Chip buddy. Yeah.
We're having chip buddies.
What's better, French fried chip buddy or chip shop thick chip?
Proper chip shop chip.
Yeah.
Chip buddies.
Yeah. Do you put the gravy in there or anything? No.
Not
Just chip buddy with the melted butter and everything. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one's a 3-up save.
Yeah.
And that fails.
2 damage.
And these are
-3, so 5-up saves.
So 5-up saves. I could CP that. Nah, there's no point. 4 damage. How many is it? 4 damage. It's on 8 remaining.
8 remaining.
So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking I might actually be able to do it in melee.
You reckon?
Well, with my Kiss of Death strategy, if I do 6 mortal wounds on 6s.
Whoa.
So I could do up to 6.
Up to 6 more wounds on 6s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6s to wound, do mortal wounds.
It sounds like you could do it in melee.
I could do it in melee, maybe, but I also could completely bounce.
You could.
Because I'm only strength 4.
Right.
I don't think there's a strategy to give me plus. There might be a strategy to give me +1 to wound, actually.
So the question is whether to fire the last prism cannon into the Harrow-Specs and wound it even more, or fire it at another target.
How many wounds does Squiggly have?
28.
You said that every model I've said so far. I only said that about Termagant.
1 minute. 15 wounds. Toughness 7, 3-up save. So you're going to shoot at him?
Yeah, I'm going to kill him.
Okay, 2 shots.
3s.
1 hit.
Not a strong start.
3s to wound. He says, oh, you didn't kill him.
I know.
Shuriken cannons.
I'm aware I didn't kill him.
5 hits. That's beautiful. Strength 6 though, toughness 7. And 3 wounds. AP -2, did you say?
-1, -3.
So the -1 is a 4-up. And these are 6-ups. So 4 damage in total?
Indeed.
4 damage in total. It is 4 damage from 28 is... Sorry. Only 15 wounds. Then you shot the last Shuriken cannon from the last transport into it. And a couple more wounds got through. It's down to 7 wounds remaining. Then we had a couple of bites shoot down into the Toxicrene as well and cause no wounds. And that is the end of the shooting phase. The Toxicrene is severely injured, as is the Harrow-Specs. 7 wounds here, 8 on the Harrow-Specs. 2 of the warriors taken off. Not as devastating as I thought it would be, but you've rolled low so far. And now we're going on to the charge phase.
Yeah.
I'm not going to overwatch you.
Players are going to go into the guy with the tongue, like...
Yeah. And the bikes into just
Warriors.
the warriors? What about the Carnifex?
I think the Carnifex just eats bikes.
I think it does. 3 damage it does.
Yeah, so I think if I do that, I just give you a unit to kill.
So they're just going to go to the warriors?
Yes.
Okay. Here we are at the start of the fight phase. You're selecting the players to fight first, and they've piled in to get as close to that objective as possible.
Yeah.
Now, you're winning me on 6s because I am tough to say.
I am winning you on 6s because you are tough to say, yes.
But you spent a CP on what now?
I spent a CP on Kiss of Death because I've got a Harlequins Kiss in the unit. I get a Kiss keyword, so I can spend a CP on Kiss of Death. Every wound roll of a 6 does a mortal wound in addition to any normal damage up to a maximum of 6.
So you're winning me on 6s and you're looking at 6s to wound.
Yeah.
Right.
Murderous Spectacle I've also spent, which is 2 command points.
Yeah.
Which makes my weapons +1 damage.
Oh.
And I'm flat 2 damage.
Oh.
So I become flat 3 damage.
Oh.
So there's a chance I can get through these 8 wounds, is what we're saying, Winters, right? There's a chance.
4 attacks each, 20 attacks total.
But there are 22 attacks actually strictly. So 2 of them have got Harlequin's blades.
Yeah.
They get +1 attack for that, like a chainsword.
Right.
But they're only strength 3. Still winning you on 6s though. So we're going to start off with the Kiss and the Caresses.
Right.
So they're all hitting you. They're all the same strength. They become +1 strength. So they're going to hit you on 3s.
Yes.
Like that.
Yes. That was really bad. Did you just roll 5 ones with your...
No, I rolled 6 ones.
6 ones with your...
Yeah, that's not great.
These are available. These dice are available from Games Workshop.
They're my favourite. Look how pretty they are.
6s to wound.
So that's a mortal wound.
In addition.
It's also AP -2.
Right.
And flat 3 damage.
So what you're saying is, I need a 4.
Yeah.
I made a 4.
That's silly. Don't do that.
Does a mortal wound. Okay.
It's okay because you've got 10 more attacks, Winters.
10 more attacks.
These will hit you on 3s as well.
Let's get rid of that one. That was better. Better hitting.
It is better. These will also wound you on 6s.
Okay.
So that's another mortal wound.
Yes.
And it's AP -1.
Right.
And it's
3 up save.
It's 2 damage now.
I'm okay.
Right, this went really badly.
Is that the end of your fighting there?
That's the end of them fighting there at the moment.
Well, I think I just have to pay to interrupt my warriors.
Okay.
So I'm spending 3 CP limb, 2 to interrupt, and 1 on adrenaline surge. That unit has adrenal glands. So they've got 3 attacks, +1 for their scything talents. And then you get an extra attack each for adrenaline surge.
That seems like a lot of attacks, Winters.
Hitting you on 3s.
4s, I'm -1 to hit. Because I have Harlequins masks.
4s. Yeah. That was 8 hits and 16 misses. Yeah.
I feel a bit better now.
Dice gods are balancing it out.
A little bit.
Strength 6 with adrenal glands.
Toughness 4, sir.
3s to wound. And these are -1 or 1 damage.
-1 damage.
Just 1 damage.
Normal saves.
Yeah.
I failed 1.
1 was on 1 wound.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. That's one of my guys on 1 wound. Yeah. Now you get to fight back.
I do.
I just saw the dice. I saw the dice next to your thing. It's next to that
No,
thing.
I see what you're trying to do here.
No, I saw the dice.
So I'm going to get these really, really good Eldar dice.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit you on 3s.
Okay.
That's a bit better.
Yes. 1 minute. There's a strat I just remembered. Reinforced Hive Node. -1 damage because you're 2 damage weapons, right?
Strength 5 as well.
Yeah.
So when you're on 4s.
Yeah.
And they're AP -something.
Okay. And that becomes 1 damage instead of 2. I need to know the AP because I got 4 up save.
You'd like to know the AP, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would.
It's -2.
So I need 6s. I make a 6. 1 was on 1 wound, he dies, and 1 is on 2 wounds remaining. So the bikes only killed 1 warrior. Now we come back to the Haruspecs fighting those players. He's going to open up his Ravenous Maw. He has 5 attacks, but if you use the Ravenous Maw, each attack is ×3. So 15 attacks. But he's injured, so I'm hitting you on 4s. You do have that 3 up invulnerable save as well. You're strength 7 right now. You're toughness Eldar.
I am toughness Eldar.
So I'm winning you on 2s.
You are.
And that is 7 saves. 3 up invulnerables. And you fail 1. Only 1 dice.
CP it.
You can, because every time he eats someone with his maw, he regains a wound. Up to a maximum of 3.
Does he?
Yeah,
I feel like I'm going to CP it.
It's a different phase you can.
We CP'd it, he's lives.
Also, when he eats people, it's minuses to your leadership and all sorts of stuff.
That means I'm also spending 4 command points now. 1 was that reroll.
Right.
The other 3 is War Dancers.
What does that do?
I fight again.
You fight again?
I'm going to fight again.
With what?
With the players. All the other abilities still exist.
What, the players or the bikes?
The players!
Just the players?
Yeah, so I hit you on 3s with my Kiss and my Caresses.
Okay.
This really needs to work this time, Winters.
Okay.
That's not a good start.
Okay, so you need 6s to wound.
I do need 6s to wound, yeah. That's good, okay.
That's 4 mortal wounds.
Which means I can't do any more mortal wounds.
No.
But you're -2.
4 up saves, and if I fail a 4 up save, he's dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would be dead without the more wounds.
He's definitely dead. Yeah, he's dead many times over. does explode. Death throws.
Yeah, of course I forgot. Oh no, Winters!
Death throws. You take him down, but he takes D3 of you with him for a fat one. The players pile in. They're not in base with the warriors yet, and that is the end of turn 1. You've taken that objective off of me. You've got more objectives secured there than me. So in my command phase in turn 2, I'm only going to get 5 points for the primary. But I don't have morale on the warriors because they're synapse. So my special one was not fail morale, fall back. I'm going to get 5 points at the end of turn 1 for one of my secondaries. So I gain 5 points for no retreat, no surrender. You've only killed one thing.
It's not a strong start, Winters.
So if I kill one thing, you won't get grind them down.
Yeah, I'm safe.
Because you need to kill more than me. Then you can ditch any of these cards you want to, but I'll get 5 points for clearing this one at the end of turn 1, and at the start of turn 2 I'll get 5 points for that objective down there, making it 10 points to 0. The Harlequins are already up in my lines, but it looks like there's a Carnifex right in front, a Scream the Killer right in front of those bikers there, which is going to do some mean work. And the rest of the Harlequin forces are spread out. The bikers on the wing over here, the castle in the middle down here. 10 points to 0 at the start of turn 2. So let's go on to Tyranids, turn 2. Here's the will of the Hive Mind in turn 2, and it's not good for me. A tempting target is still in my hand. I need to get that objective that my Morlock wants to burst up. Behind enemy lines, I need to get two or more units from my army wholly within my opponent's deployment zone. And with this janky this deployment zone thing, that's going to be kind of tricky to do as well. An overwhelming firepower, kill 3 units with guns against this inimicable Harlequins list. That's going to be really tricky as well. I'm going to keep hold of them for now, because you don't need to thrash out your secondaries so early. No, let's burn a command point. Burn a command point, get another one. And I'm going to ditch behind enemy. I can't get that one. Bring it down. While this secondary mission is first generated, your opponent must identify a model from your army that has the highest wounds characteristic. If it's the same model, if I kill it, I'll get 5 points. Which one are you picking?
This one here.
That one down there.
He's got a Fog of Dreams on him, so you can't shoot at him.
Okay.
So he's going to be the...
I need to kill that for 5 points.
Because my highest wounds characteristic model on the table is 6 wounds.
Luck dice, how many are you gambling?
3.
You've got 3.
I'm going to gamble 3.
Okay, don't roll the same number. You don't roll the same number, you've got 6 luck dice. That's very lucky. Right, here we are after my movement phase. The idea is that the Carnifex goes in and tries to clear up those bikers that are engaged with the warriors. Go charging in there. The players are still got 3 up and vulnerable save until your next psychic phase.
Command phase.
Command phase, okay.
My turn, basically.
There's 4 of them left there. Now, I can only hit you on a 4 up if I'm more than 12 inches away. But my warriors have adrenal glands on. We were in a crater, but I have managed to move them all around so that I can hit you on 3s normally and hopefully shoot them. This little squad of bugs as well has been upgraded by her with her will of the Hive Mind, and they could be hitting on 3s so long as you don't pull that one away. So pull that first one away.
So I can lightning fast react anyway.
What's that?
It's 1 CP, minus 1 hit.
How many CPs you got left?
None.
Okay, so hopefully this is enough firepower and enough nom-nom to get them off of that objective. It means you'll still be on 3 objectives. However, what I did was spend a CP on opportunistic advance, which means you pick it's a Kraken specific one. You pick a Kraken model and it advances an extra 8. Yeah, just you don't roll a dice, it moves 8. Screamer Killer's moved 10 now.
Yeah.
So it's moved 18 inches all the way up.
That's mental good.
And if I cast Onslaught on it, after advancing, it can charge. And Synaptic Link Range, that's Synapse, their Synapse, and that's within 12, so that can charge. And it's too far back for you to deny the witch on this model here. So
it's a gamble. It is a gamble because you need Onslaught.
Yeah.
But it's really good.
Well, plus on the charge, plus on the cast with the resonance buff, 5+. And I'm going to have to burn a CP if I want to do Catalyst as well. But yeah, moving 18 inches with the Screamer Killer and being able to charge is crazy. Toxicrene coming around here. Remember, I've got +1 to charge. So I want to get in on these bikes. And the Morlock has burst up. But you are within 6-inch range of that objective. It is a Terror from the Deep. On a 3 to 6, you suffer D3 mortal wounds. If there's more models in the unit, the number goes up. And you suffer D3 mortal wounds for 2 mortal wounds on the bikes. I can't charge because I am closer than 9 inches. He's over here. The idea is he's clearing room for the Toxicrene to go wailing in. Right,
that's 2, sorry.
2 more wings.
So 1 left.
One's left. That is the end of my movement phase. Now we need to do some psychic stuff. So let's start off with Onslaught and Synaptic Linking all the way up there. I need a 5 because of the Resonance Barb. That passes, and you can't deny. And then he's going to try and cast Catalyst. It'll cost me a CP to do both powers. And that passes, and I don't know where I want to put it. I could put it on that Carnifex as well, because he's going to be trouble.
Is it still a 5 up, feel no pain?
It's still a 5 up, feel no pain, and he's -1 damage, or I could put it on this big unit of warriors. I think the big unit of warriors is worth more to me, so I'm going to put it on them.
Okay.
It's not that I don't love my Screamer Killers. I love my Screamer Killers. But he's more of a Distraction Carnifex. Do you see what I did there? Distraction Carnifex.
I did.
Do you remember Distraction Carnifex?
I do. That was a great joke.
It was good, wasn't it?
Definitely clip that one. And
I should,
keep
yeah.
it for all time.
So he's going to spit now with his acid on that thing.
This
thing
one?
with the cannon, yeah.
This one here?
Yeah.
How far is your cannon range?
I don't know. Assault D6, 18 inches.
Oh, you're in range just.
What do you mean?
Well, so I thought that, because I count as being 6 inches further away from you.
Oh.
So that you're 6 inches away from me.
Yes.
This is bad news for you, by the way.
Why, what?
You might want to change what you've done.
What have I done?
So you're 6 inches away. You're just over 6 inches away from me.
Yeah.
I count as being an additional 6 inches away from you.
Right.
So you'll need a 12 to charge me.
What do you mean I need a 12 to charge?
I count as being 6 inches further away from you.
But I can still select you to charge you. Right?
But, okay.
Yeah.
But you'll box cards for the charge.
Do I?
Because you'll count as 12 inches away from me.
But I get +1 to charge.
So 11. Okay, cool. So you get 11.
There's a strat where I can spend a CP for an extra dice to charge.
You might need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've done it now, so let's spit on
No, that's fine, yeah.
I get 5 shots.
Okay, yeah.
I think I'm hitting you on 1 minute. Hitting you on 4s because of Onslaught.
I'm -1 to hit.
Hitting you on 5s. I hit you once. Strength 8 now.
So you wound me
I
on...
wound you.
You actually wound me on 4s, though, don't you?
-1, 1 damage.
-1, 1 damage.
-4, 1 damage.
So I get a 4 up.
Yeah.
Invulnerable save. Oh, that's good. We're good.
Okay. All right. Okay. Right. This one might as well... No. We'll start with the warriors. The warriors, who are now hitting on 3s, are going to shoot at those players.
Players!
3s. Their spitters are strength 5, so wounding on 3s. 4 threat vulnerable saves.
I'm going to use a luck dice.
One of your luck dice. One of the 5 luck dice you have. You're dead. Okay. So that means these ones here are going to shoot at them as well. These are the ones in range and line of sight that can see you and are hitting on 3s. And then I've got 6 more hitting on 4s. I could spend a CP to get +1 strength.
What strength are they normally?
5. Yeah, spending a CP on Scorch Bugs, it gives +6 inch range and +1 to their strength. So this is 2s to wound now instead of 3s. It helped once. 5 3 up and vulnerable saves. Are you going to use any luck dice? Otherwise 2 die. Then I've got 6 more shots from the same unit. So let's find out. They're hitting on 4s.
Oh, wow.
And they're wounding on 2s. Oh, that's 6 more wounds, look. Yeah. Okay. So there is 3 failures. You've got 4 luck dice left. Sorry, 5 luck dice, Steph. Are you spending any?
No, I kind of want to, but I just feel like if I use my luck dice keeping these players alive, they're probably going to die anyway.
Right.
And then I've not got luck dice to keep bikes alive as well.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Die.
Because I have got this little unit of Gribblies that did advance to get all the way around here, so they can shoot at them as well. But they're hitting on 4s. It is an assault weapon. Oh, and I'm wounding on 5s. 3s, sorry. 3s because it's strength 5. So that's 4 more wounds.
Yeah, I would have been really upset if I'd used luck dice.
Players are dead. Can my Carnifex actually... I'm only 18 inch range of that transport. I am, so let's do the Bioplasmic Scream on that transport. 5 shots. -1 to hit, right?
Yes.
So 5s to hit. I hit twice. Strength 8. I wound twice. -1 damage.
4 up in buns.
Take a wound.
Take a wound.
Started, so we'll finish. She's got stinger salvos, but they're not in range. He's got wiggly arms, but you're behind the thing, so I can't target the thing. And I don't think the range is very long. Yes, the massive toxic lashes are only 8-inch range, so that isn't happening. I think that's the end of my shooting phase. I've killed a unit of players, so now we're going to attempt to charge. This Carnifex is going to charge the bikes.
Cool.
I charge the bikes. Then we come across to the other flank where this Toxicrene wants to charge these bikes. I've got +1 to charge, and I only need to get within 2 inches because of barricadeness. So I think this is only a 7. And that's a 7, which becomes an 8. And Mr. Wiggly Arms makes a charge.
He does.
It's lovely, isn't it? So over here, you count as an extra 6 inches away because of your... What?
I might have lied.
Oh.
I felt bad about that, so I went and reread the rules just to make sure.
Yes.
I do count 6 inches further away.
Yeah.
When an enemy unit selects to shoot.
Ooh.
So you're fine for charging, sir.
Right. So let's
I'm
charge.
6 inches away.
Let's charge that thing. I can spend a CP to get an extra dice and discard the lowest, or I can spend a CP on a reroll. So I'm not going to spend a CP. I'm just going to roll, and then if I need to spend a CP,
so you need 5 because you're 6.5 away.
I get +1 to charge. Yeah. Hey, yeah, the one with the big gun, please. I can't reach. Put it across. So 3 charges made across the line. And now we have to consider what is the most scary. Now, your bikes can hack away at the warriors a little bit.
I have no CP, I can't interrupt you.
You can't. Oh, so let's start here then. So, Screamer Killer, 11 attacks on the charge.
Mental.
I'm hitting you on 3s.
I'm -1 to hit in combat.
I'm hitting you on 4s. And I've Toxin Tack, so 6s to hit would auto wound you.
That's a 5 for that hit.
Oh, so I don't know. Okay, right. I'm strength 6. Your toughness less than 6.
5, sir. 4 even.
So I'm winning you on 3s. And they are -3 damage. So 4 up and vulnerable saves?
You killed the unit.
Wow.
I could luck dice all of them.
You could. You've got 5 luck dice left.
So how good are those warriors? They're quite good as well, aren't they?
They've got 5 attacks each. Strength 5. Strength 6 -1 because of adrenal gland.
But they have flat 3 damage. So they will kill every bike that gets 3.
That does. That doesn't.
But I'm not holding that objective anymore.
You're not holding the objective anymore.
So there's no real point. We'll keep the luck dice for the bikes over there. We'll let them die.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So I am coming back over here to the second Screamer Killer. And that transport's a bit tougher to kill. So I'm going to spend a CP on Voracious Appetite. The Screamer Killer will hit the Void Weather on 3s.
-1.
On 4s. Oh dear. That was really bad. But 6s to hit auto wound. Okay? And so these need to wound. I'm strength 6. I'm re-rolling failed wounds. Anything stopping me wounding you? So 3s. Re-rolling failed wounds because of Voracious Appetite. That many wounds. 4 up and vulnerable saves, each doing 3 damage. How many wounds has it got?
6.
Okay.
So I'm going to use a luck dice.
Okay.
Cool, I take no wounds.
So the Screamer Killer goes bang, but doesn't take that transport out of the sky. Now we're coming on to Wiggly Arms. Right, new codex and things. At the start of the fight phase, roll a dice. On a 4-up...
Is that 12 attacks he's got there?
Yeah, on a 4-up, you would have taken D3 mortal wounds, and you can't fight until all other eligible units from my army are chosen to do so. But I didn't get a 4-up. And the other thing is, Choking Spore Aura, you subtract 1 from your hit roll when you're hitting me back. So -1 to hit me back. Now I hit you with my 12 attacks. 12 attacks, hitting on 4s. And now, the Wiggly Arms thing, unless you're a vehicle or a monster, and you're not, I will always wound you on 2s.
You do, yes.
So that's 5 wounds at -2, 1 damage.
So I have my 4 plus invulnerable saves.
One of them's injured, and the injured one dies.
So I'm going to use a luck dice.
Yes. The injured one does not die. And that is the end of my fight phase. So we did some piling in. That Choking Spores Aura is -1 to the hit roll.
So 4s.
Yeah.
It was like to be an old Tyranid almost.
Yeah. So you hit me 6 times.
I'm 5.
Toughness 7.
Toughness 7?
Yeah.
You're lying to me.
It's toughness 7. It's toughness 8.
It's toughness 8 now.
It's toughness 8.
What did you twice at -2?
-2. So 5 up saves.
2 damage each.
Okay. So it's down to 3 wounds remaining. That's the end of the fights over here. Then we did the fight back from the vehicle into the Screamer Killer and did no damage to the Screamer Killer. I'd hoped to take back take down that vehicle, but I obviously haven't. And your Harlequins, you can fall back and shoot and charge, but I have put a distraction card effect right in your lines. And the other thing I have done is clear away both the bikes and the players from this objective over here, getting back on 1-2 objectives. You do outnumber me on objectives though. You're still on 3 objectives, but the line that came dashing towards my lines has been utterly repulsed. You've got an empty transport here and the dude. Is anything in these transports?
Yeah, they're both full.
Both of those transports are full, so that Screamer Killer could be in trouble, but it's -1 damage with a 2-up save. He might be able to live, who knows? And then over here you've got some bikes in combat. Again, you can fall back, you can move, you can charge, and some other bikes that can flip. But there's 2 big monsters with many, many wounds. Well, that one's only got 3 left. 2 big monsters, and one of them's got many, many wounds, troubling this flank over here. It's Tyranids are a bit brutal, aren't they?
I'm genuinely a little bit surprised, but also impressed and happy because Tyranids should be frightening.
Did you keep the grind them down secondary objective?
I did keep grind them down.
So you killed 1 thing, I killed 2 things. So you haven't got grind them down. You can keep that in your hand to try and score next turn potentially. I don't know if I scored anything else myself. I haven't got a tempting target, but I'm tempted to leave that. Because if I ditch that, that means you can just move off of that objective. But if I keep that, then you've got to keep a unit of bikes there on that objective to stop me controlling it. Bring it down, I've got to kill that vehicle, so I'll get rid of that. Overwhelming firepower is going to get really hard against you, so I'll get rid of that. So I didn't score any secondaries that turn, but Liam hasn't scored any secondaries either. So it's 10 points to 0 from me still. But in your turn 2, you're going to get 15 points because you're on 5. Oh no, you're going to get 10. You're going to get 15 points, yeah, because you're on 5, 10, and more than me right now. So at the start of your turn 2, it's 15 to 10 for the Harlequins. You're still winning.
Just.
As we go into Harlequins turn 2. So the orders for the Harlequins, 2 of them remain the same. Grind them down, kill more than me at the end of my turn. Deploy teleport homers, get in my deployment zone and complete an action. And extend battle lines. The Harlequins want to push the Tyranids back. They need to control their own objective marker and an objective marker in no man's land. That's going to be a surefire thing for them. Here we are after the Harlequins movement phase. They are 5 points in the lead, but your bikes were too far away to get wholly within my deployment zone to deploy teleport homers. Yeah. You could do it if you advanced, but if you advance, you can't complete actions.
Yeah, I should have checked that because I would have probably just been there.
So the unit of bikes that had pushed forward have come back to try and kill the monsters, and your troop master can get out 3 and then move a long way, and then bonuses to move because of advance.
He gets out 3, moves 8. Yeah. He can advance D3 plus 3.
Nice.
And then with 1 foot in the future, he can also add 6 to his charge range, and I'm 6.5 inches away from the Morlock.
Brilliant.
So he's going to make the charge.
Brilliant. You did fall back from the combat with the Toxicrine words wiggly. Mr. Tickle. Because you're Harlequins, you can fall back and charge. It also allows the fusion pistol from your troop master to shoot in. So basically, over here, you're directing a lot of firepower to try and clear away these 2 monsters and secure this edge of the battle grid, because I've got a lot down the other end of the battle.
Yeah, I'm kind of coming this way now. You might be able to tell I'm kind of coming this way. Because there's lots of stuff over there. Yeah. And this is some clear objectives potentially here. Yeah. So... yeah.
So deploying teleport homers isn't going to work. Kill more than me potentially will work, and hold on to your own objective and 1 in no man's land. Well, you're doing that with that transport there. So we will extend your lines.
We gained a CP.
Yes.
We spent the CP.
Right.
To fall back and shoot.
Okay.
So I fall back and then shoot with my Void Weaver.
Because these guys don't have Rising Crescendo.
They don't know.
So you have to spend a CP so they can fall back and shoot.
These are both within 3 inches. Each has 2 fusion pistols inside.
Nice. That's going to be nasty.
So I'm hoping... with all of this gun, we might be able to kill a car. It's nice saying that now, though.
If you kill the Carnifex and you kill both of these monsters, then I'm going to have to kill 3 things to prevent you getting grind them down. And seeing as you're so far away and actually charging and getting there, it's a tactic. It's definitely a tactic. Let's see if it works out, Larry. Psychic phase.
Psychic phase. That's a good idea. Yeah, I wasn't going to do that.
Right.
I went straight into.
Do you want to do some psychic?
I do want to do some psychic. Thank you.
Okay.
So I think it's called not Fog of Dreams. Webway Dancers 7. No.
Okay.
I think 7 because that would have been a 6 off no pain.
You have luck dice.
I do have luck dice, but I'd have to use one to reroll both. I don't know how much I care about 6 Photo Pain, so
No.
I'm just going to go for a smite instead.
Okay. You have luck dice.
I have luck dice. I'm going to use one of them now.
Okay, so that's a 5, and you keep one of the dice. No, you don't roll both of them.
No,
even if you do,
you replace a roll, don't you?
It's different to a CP reroll. It's you replace a dice.
Well, either way, I would have failed.
You'd have failed anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least you done perils.
I thought luck dice was a reroll.
1 minute. Then we check some rules, and guess what?
Luck dice is a reroll.
Yeah.
But not for psychic powers.
No.
Hit rolls, wound rolls, damage rolls, saving throws, advance rolls.
So take D3 mortal wounds because you perils.
Take 1 more
He
wound.
gets a headache, but you do get a luck dice back. Psychic phase is a bust. So shooting 2 fusion pistols, and that's just fallen over.
What fall over? It didn't fall over. It's just zooming around the corner.
It's magnetite. Onto Carnifex.
So hit you any negative hitting?
I don't think so.
I hit you once.
Okay.
I'm a luck dice.
Yes.
So I can use that for a hit roll. It works.
Hit twice.
Strength 8.
Toughness 7? Maybe 8.
I think it's toughness 8 now.
I need to check. So there used to be minuses to hit, not anymore, and they're toughness 7 with a 2-up save. So 1 gets through.
Yes.
Luck dice on
4.
the other one. Oh, so I need a 6.
I've got more guns, so I don't think I need to. No.
I don't get 6.
So D6 plus 2.
Wow. I reduced that by 1.
So 6 damage.
Yes.
How many do they start with?
9.
Ooh.
It's got 3 left.
I've got 3 shuriken pistols, because why not? I
Okay.
hit you 3 times.
Yes.
These are strength 4, so 5s and 6s. 2 wounds, 8 minus 1.
3s. It's got 1 wound left. What?
I'm going to shoot this guy at you now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
It's got a shuriken pistol?
He has an hallucinating grenade launcher, which I don't know what it does. The pistol hits though,
Yeah.
and wounds you. Doesn't wound you. I need to see what his grenade launcher does. I'll be back in a second.
So the grenade launcher, assault D3.
2 shots.
Yes. He hits
3s.
He hits once.
And so I have to roll greater than your leadership.
His leadership's 6 when he's not in synapse. And that's a 2.
It's not greater than your
And
leadership.
if it exceeded my leadership, it would have been mortal wound and he'd be dead.
I was really hopeful that that'd be enough. But it's okay, because we've got another boat.
Got more guns.
And inside that boat is 2 fusion pistols.
2 fusion pistols.
One of them hits you.
Okay.
And it wounds you on a 3.
Doesn't wound.
I'm gonna luck it. Because
Luck dice. 1 luck dice left after this.
it does wound, it's minus 4.
6 up. No, that is
D6
a
plus 2?
dead Carnifex. Now, does it get angry? Death throws when it dies. It does get angry when it dies. The closest enemy unit within 3 inches suffers 1 mortal wound. It's not an area effect, it's just 1 mortal wound on that boat there as it slams a claw down just before it gets melted. Carnifex is dead. Took the passengers to do it. Now what are we shooting at, sir?
We're going to start off with this Void Weaver.
Okay.
Shuriken cannons into warriors.
Yes.
Lance into Morlock.
It's a big
you're in range.
bad Morlock. Okay, what are we doing first?
Cannons.
Cannons?
You want to make them minus 1 damage at all?
No, I've got Catalyst on them.
I hit you 3 times.
Yes.
I wound you twice. Once is AP minus 1, once AP minus 3.
5 up, and then no save. How much damage is that?
4 damage. It kills 1.
Catalyst. It does kill 1. I only save 1 wound.
And then my Prism Cannon
Yes.
will hit you on 3s, your Morlock.
It misses the Morlock.
That's not very good.
It's not good. You've got 1 luck dice left.
I have
if
got
you
luck
want
dice
to.
left.
Do they need help?
They might need help.
They might need help. It looks like
luck.
there's 2 massive monsters there about to nom them.
I'm going to re-roll one of them.
Okay. It doesn't help.
Dice could say no.
Triple 1s. Are you rinsing and repeating with the second Void Weaver?
Yes, we are. We're going to start strong this time with the Void Cannon.
Okay. You hit both times.
That's much stronger. Strength is 12.
Toughness 7.
That's much better. AP minus 4.
No save.
So it's 4d3 damage in total.
4d3.
So 3, 4, 5, 6 damage on the Morlock.
Okay. It's got 307 wounds left. So the Morlock is down to 8 wounds remaining. Then the Shuriken weaponry came in at the warriors, killing 1 more warrior. You fired another Shuriken cannon in from a boat and didn't kill any warriors. And now we're down to the last boat, firing back in at the top screen, which hits all the time.
I need that again though with those 6s. Your toughness is good, 8. So I've only wounded you once at minus 1, sir.
And it takes 2 wounds. It's down to 1 remaining.
It is.
So the Toxicrene is reeling, riddled full of holes, leaking acidic blood all over the place, and your Troop Master aims its fusion pistol.
2s.
And hits.
4s. It wounds. It's minus 4.
And kills it.
D6 plus 2, so no, it's not. It's
damage.
D6. It's 6 damage.
Death throws.
Don't do this
So
again.
far, every
I
time.
know. They're really angry when they die. No.
Not this time. Not this time. Right, round on this flank, the last thing left to fire is all of these bikes, firing haywire cannons into Morlock. It's many shots, but it is 6s to wound.
Yeah. So if it's okay with you, we'll just do them all together because I can't shoot anything else.
Okay.
So it's 6 D3 shots.
Okay.
Plus 1 per bike, so plus 6.
And then we did the roll to hit, roll to wound. You got 1 wound in at -3. And I failed to save. How much damage?
D3. 3.
Oh, 3 damage. It's down to 5 remaining. That's all the shots from this flank. So far you've killed the Toxicrene and the Carnifex because you're really looking to grind them down. Now we're coming back over here. We have your Transport and your Death Jester. Do you know what you're doing with them?
I don't. I can see the little Gribblies over there, the unit of 10.
Yes.
But how many are actually... They're in the ruin, right? So I can shoot them?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to shoot...
You shoot the little Gribblies.
Yeah. Start with the boat. There's no minuses to hit, are they?
No, 4
2's to wound you.
2's to wound.
And they're AP -1, all of those.
+1 because of the ruin.
Yeah.
So back to a 5-up save now. Look at that, only 3 die. And the Death Jester's firing at what?
It's going to finish the job.
Oh.
3
okay.
shots.
So you're really looking to grind them down, right?
So that's 6.
That counts as 4 shots.
And that's going to change to a 6.
Okay.
So I get a 6 additional
8,
shots.
9, 10, 11 shots in total? That's
so
nasty.
I get 3 each for that one, 3 each for that one, so that's it. I get
right,
8,
okay.
9 shots.
Okay.
Right?
3's to
Strength 6.
Right.
So those 2 miss.
Yeah.
These are all -2.
Yeah.
And 2 damage each.
Okay.
So you're on 5-ups normally.
Yeah.
So you're 6-up saves.
Okay. On all of them.
7 of them, yeah. So 6 of them die.
Which means there's 1 left.
Which means there's 1 left.
You didn't kill them all.
But luckily, for morale purposes, they all count as 2 models.
But they're synapse and they're within 6, so I don't pass. I automatically pass morale. So there'll be 1 little Gribbly left, and I'm knocking over terrain. That's the end of the shooting phase. 1 Gribbly remaining over here. A pretty successful shooting phase. Annoying that you didn't kill that 1 last little bug. Then we charged, and now you've got to kill a Morlock on 5 wounds remaining. Everything here is wounding on 5s.
Yes.
You're going to start with a Troop Master, however, because he's got 7 attacks.
7 attacks hitting you on 2s.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
And he's wounding on 5s, but rerolling all failed wounds?
Yeah, wounding on 5s.
Yeah.
We will all failed wounds with Cedarax Rose.
Yeah.
So I wound you 3 times.
AP.
-2.
Yes.
3 damage each.
Oh, so he needs some 5s. I don't make any 5s.
Don't death throws on me again, Winters.
Does he death throw on you? He doesn't death throw. And you've taken out 1, 2, 3 whole units at the end of your turn. I'm going to need to kill 3 things to stop you getting those points for grind them down. Then you did some piling in and consolidating with units that charged. And that is the end of turn 2. No morale for me because Synapse is a thing. It was 15 points to 10, Liam. But you have extended your battle lines for holding on to that objective and that objective.
I still have my extension.
Yes. That means it's 20 points to 10.
Yes.
At the end of turn 2. In turn 3, I'm on 1, 2 objectives. So make it 20 points each at the start of turn 3.
This is your turn 2, until I went first.
Did you go first?
Yeah.
I think I went first.
You went first.
I went first.
You went first, actually. You're right.
Yeah.
No, you are right.
So in turn 3, it'll be start of turn 3. It'll be 20 points each.
I'm so sorry.
And let's go on to turn 3 and draw some new orders to find out what the will of the Hive Mind is. So here are my orders. I need to kill 1 of your characters and grind you down. Kill more than you. And Battlefield Supremacy. I've got to control at least 3 objective markers and more than my opponent. Currently Liam is on 3. But if I can get round there and kill that transport, then you won't be on 3. It will be more than you and I will be controlling 3. So that dead transport is worth extra points for me. Are you doing the Instagram phase?
I'm doing the Instagram phase for
I need
us.
to remember.
We both normally forget.
I forgot the Instagram phase already. Right, let's go on to my command phase. Right, I had a look across the battle grid and I had a thought. So what I'm going to do is pay a CP to ditch this one because I'm so far away from killing any characters. Grind them down. Battlefield Supremacy. Get a new one. Secure No Man's Land. At the end of my turn, if I control 2 or more objectives in No Man's Land, that should be easy. At 20 points each, this mission is a long way from over. These bikers, it's going to be a while until they get into combat, but they've definitely secured this flank down here, and I'm a long way from combat over here. So 20 points each. Very interesting. With secure no man's land, I spent another CP on opportunistic advance, because adding 8 to the flat 7-inch move that my warriors have means they move 15.
That's a really good strat.
I know. -2 for the crater meant that this unit of warriors could advance all the way over here. They're not going to charge because I can't put catalyst on them. But I am securing that objective, and I am securing that objective, which are 2 objectives in no man's land, which will get me 5 points. They're troops. What? No, I can't synaptic link that. Anyway, and then the Carnifex moves 12, the Screamer Killer. The idea is to kill that as well. But even if I don't kill it, I will be in control of 3 objectives, and you'll only be in control of 2. So that's 10 points on the secondaries right there. Just moving these models around here. Then I've put the remaining warriors in harm's way by advancing them straight up the battlefield here. And I've got a fat 6, which is nice. Gonna need to charge with them because, as I said, this is my army. So I want to charge with them. So I need to onslaught them. And I onslaught them.
I can't do anything.
And they are in synaptic links range, and I'm going to catalyst them. And they're catalysted up one more time. So they have a feel no pain, and they can charge and start causing problems to your back lines. One more time, stringing out all the way over here. I wasn't able to feed any more models back into this single unit because it happens in the command phase and she was too far away.
Yeah.
So now we're going to shoot some guns. These guys advanced, and your minus is to hit. So instead of hitting on 3s, I'll be hitting on 4s. Everything into that transport.
Yes.
Forced to wound, 2 wounds, 2 4-up and vulnerable saves on the transport. It's already taken a wound when the car. Yeah, so you're good. I'm going to have to stab you to death instead. Now we're going to come around here. Carnifex with the acid spray going onto that 5 times. On 4s, and then on 3s, 2 wounds. Take another wound off of it. It's down to 4 remaining. And the warriors advanced, but they have assault weapons. And the venom cannons can now finally shoot. I could shoot him, right?
I think so. You're in the ruin, as long as you can see him.
I can't see him. Can I see him?
You can see just the tip.
Can I? I think I might as well shoot him, because he's nasty. These venom cannons will shoot. I can't. 1 minute, let me check line of sight. Nope, can't really shoot. So venom cannons will shoot at that. They're assault D3, so that's 5 shots. I'm hitting on 4s because I advanced. Oh, and it's strength 8. Oh. The Death Spitter managed to chuck a wound off of it, and it's down to 3 wounds remaining. Probably worth mentioning you have 3 luck dice this turn because you made a gamble and
it didn't pay off.
It didn't pay off. That is the end of my shooting phase. Cool. I've tickled that transport. Now I need to do some charges. Carnifex, charging transport. Carnifex with +1 to charge. Oh yeah, he gets in there, and he's going to have a nom 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 time. And then round here, these warriors are going to try and charge that other transport on 5 wounds remaining. And with +1 to charge, -2 for the crater though.
Maybe fine.
I can make the charge, and this is where the warriors end up after piling in. So I'm going to fight you with the dual bone swords this time because we haven't seen them yet. Get up
did
to
you,
4.
Did you tag the Psyker?
No.
I'll heroic intervene.
Okay. Are you? Okay. Then I'm going to hit you. Right. 2 of the bone swords and the rending claw guy has to hit the transport, and the other ones can hit your shadow seer. Let's split fire. Let's because it always works, right? Splitting attacks. Here's the bone swords hitting the transport. Is it still -1 to hit in melee? Melee? What did I say? Melee. 4s. And I'm strength 8 with adrenal glands. So 3s, any minuses to damage. Okay, so that's 5 wounds. Each minus, they're 2 damage each. 4 up and vulnerable saves. And that's 4 damage. You have 3 luck dice. It's got 1 wound remaining unless you luck it.
It has 5 wounds remaining currently.
Yeah.
So you've lost 4.
Yeah.
What's left to fight it?
There's, well, they all have rending claws as well. So there's bone swords and rend, and that's extra.
So I'm going to luck 1 of them.
Okay.
Cool. So I take 2 damage, I've got 3 left.
Okay. Well, the ones with, yeah. So you have 3 left. So here's the 2 scything talons from that squad. And that's another 2 wounds, each of them doing 1 damage. Is it dead now?
It's got 1 wound left now.
Got 1 wound left. And then the Scything Talons from the one with just the Scything Talons. These hit on 4s.
Mm-hmm.
And wound on a... that. Strength 6. And it's dead.
I'll luck dice it.
You luck dice it. Good luck.
Do I luck dice it?
There's 5 guys inside. It could
I'm
go
not going to luck dice it, actually.
Not going to luck dice it?
No.
So does it blow up?
Let's see. Negative.
And then if you could roll 5 ones when people get out, that'd be lovely. You roll 2 ones. 2 of them do die screaming. And then I can put 5 and 5 attacks from the Scything Talons, plus the 2 from the guy with the bone swords, into your Shadow Seer. Your Shadow Seer, any minuses to hit him?
No.
So I'm hitting him on 3s. And I'm strength 6. Any minuses to wound him?
Yes.
What?
-1 to wound.
Oh, so I'm wounding him on 3s instead of 2s. And I rolled 4 ones. 4 saves to make.
4 pin buttons?
Yes. Do you want to luck any of them?
How many damage is it?
1.
So he's got 1 wound left. If I don't, is there any more attacks to come in?
Yes. Then there's the 4 attacks with the dual bone swords.
Let's
and they're 2 damage each.
There you go. Sorry. He's
so
taken 2 wounds.
He takes 2 wounds.
He's got 3 left.
He's got 3 left. Dual bone swords coming up. And I hit you on them. These are strength 8, but -1 damage, right? So I'm winning you on 3s?
Yes.
Okay. I wound you every single time.
It's alright, we'll make all the saves.
4 up and vulnerable saves. It's got 2 left, you say?
We'll make all the saves.
And if he fails all of these, or one of these, he's dead.
It's fine, look at this. See? Good.
He's definitely dead. I've killed a transport. And I've killed your Shadow Seer, your Psyker extraordinaire. And I've killed 2 Harlequins that dropped out of that transport there, and you don't have any CP to interrupt. And I'm coming round for Carnifex, charging this transport. How many units did you kill, Liam?
4? 3?
3?
I don't remember.
Killed the 2 big buggies and the Carnifex.
Yeah, 3.
So I've killed 2 so far.
Yeah, you're
If
right.
I kill this, it stops you getting 5 points for grinding them down.
Fine. We'll be alright.
Are you ready?
No.
Also, I've got grind them down, and I've killed 3 things this turn, so you need to kill at least 3 things next turn to stop me getting 5 points.
Yeah, easy.
I'm going to spend a CP. I've got 3 left on Voracious Appetite, so reroll all wounds against your transport.
Cool.
3s to hit it. Is it minuses to hit?
Yes.
4s to hit it. 6 is auto wound. So there's 1 auto wound. And then 3s to wound you. And Voracious Appetite didn't work. So 5 wounds. You fail 3 of them.
Doesn't blow up.
You failed 2 of them. Okay, so that's gone as well.
Only had 3 wounds. That's 3 damage each, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of them going 3 kills.
OMG. Tyranids and Assault. Tyranids and Assault doing what Tyranids and Assault should do. Cleaving through things.
It's much more like it should be, isn't it?
Yeah. So I've taken this objective from you. And then I get 5 points for Battlefield Supremacy and 5 points for Secure No Man's Land. You would have got 5 points for Grind Them Down because you killed 3 things, but I just killed 3 things.
Yeah.
That's lots of points. Plus, at the start of your turn, you're only on 1 objective. Because I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got many, many more objectives secured than you on that objective. Wow. So suddenly, the points shift as we go on to Harlequins turn 3. So at the start of your turn 3, you get 5 points, making it 30 points to 25 for the Tyranids. The Tyranids are now 5 points in the lead. And here are the orders for the Harlequins. They still want to grind them down. Supremacy. At the end of the turn, control 3 or more objective markers and more than me. That is possible because they are so quick. And Secure No Man's Land. Control 2 or more markers in No Man's Land, which would be easy because these 2 are both in No Man's Land. But it keeps your bikes over here stranded away from the action. But at 30 points to 25, there's only 1... There's 5 points in it, which is 1 secondary objective.
It is easy, but that means I've got to leave bikes over there.
I know.
That's a bit rubbish.
It's this is Tempest of War for you. It's a Tempest of War. There's spikes bursting up all over the place. There's Tyranids rampaging around all over the place. You need to grind me down. You need to score objectives. You need to score objectives in No Man's Land. It's a maelstrom. It's a Tempest of War. Let's go on to Harlequin's movement phase. One more thing. You need to kill 3 things of mine, otherwise I get 5 points as well.
Yeah, I think I can quite easily kill 2.
Okay, but the third
is going to be a challenge, if I'm honest.
And here we are after the Harlequins movement phase. Your troops got out of the second transport, so you've got many troops surrounding those warriors there. And after they got out of the transport, it zipped over here. The second unit of bikes is zipped round onto this flank, so you will get secure no man's land. Now, if you, Battlefield Supremacy, control 3 or more objective markers and more than your opponent.
I think I can control 3. I don't think I can control more.
No, so that one might be tough.
Yeah.
And you've still got grind them down in your hand. So these transports over here and the bikes, they're going to be out of the fight. This is a lot of stuff. What about grinding them down? You've got to kill 3 things, otherwise I get 5 points.
My Void Weavers, I think, can kill 3 warriors.
Okay,
I think.
I hope so.
My Death Jester can kill that single guy back there who lived last time.
Maybe I should have hid him better.
He should be an easy kill.
Yes.
And then all these troops and my Troop Master should kill these quite comfortably.
They got catalyst on them.
I know, that's why I've overloaded it with stuff.
Okay.
So the Troop Master is within 11 inches, but he gets +6 for his charge.
Ah, okay.
So he just needs a 5 to get into charge as well. So that's a lot of stuff in there.
Where are these bikes going up the middle?
These dudes. So I get 3d3 plus 1 shot. I get d3 plus 1 shots per gun into them, and they're strength 3 minus 3 d3 damage.
Is it blast?
Yes.
Because then you'll get maximum shots.
Yes, exactly. So I get 12 shots.
Right, okay.
And then I charge them.
Ooh.
With another 12 attacks.
Ooh.
I reckon I can kill 20 odd. How many's in the unit?
30.
Yes, I'm not going to kill the unit, but you're going to have to think about where you pull them from.
I am, because they're covering 2 objectives. They are covering 2 objectives. So that's a plan, yeah. If I pull badly from there, or if you kill too many, then I can't control 2.
That's the only way I get Battlefield Supremacy.
You will control more objectives than me. So gambling big here, 30 points to 25. Can the Harlequins swing it round? There's no more psychic phase. I killed the Psyker. Maybe.
Yeah, that might have been a silly idea. Because if I hadn't have given you the Psyker, I would have got grind.
Let's go to the shooting phase. Opening up the shooting phase, Death Jester took a shot, aim shot, down at that single little Turvagan and wiped it out. Now we're on to the Void Weavers, unloading into the Warriors. Different shot this time.
First one.
Yes.
Shuriken cannons.
Okay.
Oh no.
3s to hit.
That's not a good start, is it, Winters?
Strength 6.
3s to wound you.
Okay.
But that's AP minus 2.
Yes.
No 1, and that's AP minus 3.
Okay, so that one becomes a minus. That becomes a 5 up, and the other one is a 6 up. So one of them takes it's 2 damage each, right?
Yeah, and he was on 2 wounds.
Yeah, so he's gone.
Yeah. So he dies.
Then the Prism of Doom.
Pressure's on right now.
Yeah.
2 hits.
Both hit.
Strength 12.
Yes.
1 wound.
1 wound.
I'm going to spend a CP.
Okay, the one that you got this turn.
The only one I've got this turn.
Yeah.
To wound you.
AP.
Minus 4.
No save.
2d3 damage each.
Okay.
First one.
Kills 1.
We'll kill 1. Second one. We'll kill them. The unit's destroyed.
That's 2 units wiped out. Cost you a CP.
Fusion pistols.
Fusion pistols.
Start with this unit.
Okay.
2 fusion pistols. 3s. And then 3s. 1 goes through. No save.
Yeah.
D6 plus 2 damage.
1's dead.
1 dice.
Well, I need to do loads of catalysts, but yeah, he's dead. Then the Shuriken pistol came in, didn't wound. Now we're on to the other unit with the fusion pistols. Both of them hit. One of those wounds, no save. Ooh, I might be able to catalyst this because that's only 3 damage.
It is only 3 damage.
I do catalyst it. Cool. One is on 1 wound remaining.
Well, I do have the 3 Shuriken pistols
to
try and chip that last wound off.
One
hit. No wounds.
Doesn't wound. One's on 1 wound there still. So the second prism cannon might as well fire down into the warriors.
None of them take any wounds yet, have they?
One's on 2 wounds. One's on 1 wound, sorry.
So we'll do the Shuriken cannons first.
Yes.
Hitting you on 3. Ooh.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I'm getting scared now you're close. Winning you on 3s at -1.
-1, cover. I'm okay.
And then we've got the 2 prism shots.
Yeah, bam bam.
Both bang. 2s to wound. Both wound. AP -4.
No, I don't get a save. The
2d3 on the first one.
Yes.
For 6 wounds.
Lots of catalyst, he's dead.
2d3 on the second one for 2 wounds.
Catalyst. So 1 dies, 1's on 1 wound. And so 4 warriors remain. Last thing left to fire, line of sight and range are these bikes firing into the termagants. Full shots because of blast. 3s to hit. That's not good.
It's okay.
And it's strength 3 versus toughness 3, so 3's to 4's to wound. But it's AP minus bajillion.
It's AP -3.
So I won't get a save.
So it's 3 dead.
Only 3.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the shooting phase, you've killed 2 things.
I know, that wasn't It wasn't bad.
You need to kill one more thing to prevent me from getting grind them down.
So we've got some charges, Winters.
And if you kill enough of these bugs, you'll get another 5 points as well.
Yeah.
Where are you going to charge first?
Bikes into bugs.
Right. 6-inch charge?
Yeah. That's good.
They're angry.
They're in.
Okay.
I'm going to keep that there because I might get some good movement from this, actually, thinking about it.
Right.
We're then going to charge Troop Master into Warriors.
Right, and he gets an extra 6 on his charge.
He gets to add 6. So he'll make it.
Yeah, it's going 12. And flip belts and stuff.
And then these guys are going to go in as well.
Okay. Here we are after the charge phase. Loads of players going in against these warriors. I've spent a CP on reinforced Hive Node. So that's -1 damage to them.
But does now mean you can't interrupt?
Does mean I can't interrupt. Because I don't think interrupting is going to help me that much.
No, okay.
I don't think... I don't know. And then these guys went flying in there. Is interrupting going to help me? I think interrupting might help me better. Yeah, I'm not going to spend that 1 CP on him. I wanted to show the people on YouTube a different thing.
No, so it is important though. So before you make that decision,
yes,
it is important.
Because you've got all damage 2 and damage 3
there's
weapons.
3 guys in this unit with damage 2 weapons.
Yeah.
There's 3 guys in this unit with damage 2 weapons.
Yeah.
And the Troop Master's got damage 3 weapons.
I know.
So I think it is a big deal. I think making them all -1 damage to turning everything damage 1 by the Troop Master is a big deal. I just don't know if it's better than interrupting it. I think it might be.
I think turning it all down to damage 1 and then damage 2.
I'm winning you on 5s as well now.
Catalyst.
I'm winning you on 5s now as well with my Troop
Reinforced Hive Node. I'm sticking, I'm not twisting. I want to show people different things, and that's what they can do.
Troop Master first.
Okay.
Hitting you on 2s.
Yes. He hits 6 times.
He hit you 6 times.
Strength.
6.
Toughness 5.
3s.
Yes.
I can re-roll because it's Segarax Rose. So I've wounded you 5 times.
AP.
-2.
So I need 6s.
3 damage each.
Which becomes 2 damage each.
So that kills the guy on a wound. That kills another guy.
1 minute. I've made that save.
Yeah.
And then it's each of these has become 2 damage each,
yes,
right?
they do, yeah.
Okay. So 2, 2, 2, 2. Right, the guy on 1 wound. Catalyst.
I forgot about Catalyst.
He's okay.
I'm in danger.
The guy on 1 wound. He's now dead.
Cool.
Another dude and another dude, because it can't spill over. 2 are dead.
Cool. 2 died so far. Right.
2 left remaining. I can't interrupt you. Might as well keep going.
I know, yeah.
Right, it looks like this. We're going to do all the cresses and kisses together, because I can't interrupt.
So I hit you on 3s.
Yes. Toughness 5. Strength 4.
So I win you on 5s.
Yes.
And I reroll wound rolls of a 1, of which there are none.
But there's lots of wounds.
But there's lots of wounds.
At AP?
-2.
Wow. There's 6 wounds remaining there. I have 11 6-up saves, and I make 2 of them. And then 9 feel no pains, because these are all 1 damage each, right? 5s.
Oh, that was good.
1's alive on 2 wounds.
So I've still got 2 Harlequins blades.
Okay.
Hitting you on 3, sir.
Yes.
That's okay. Well, I'll take that.
2 wounds to get through, Liam.
Still wounding you on 5s.
You can do it.
Rerolling 1s.
There's a 1.
So there's 3 wounds.
Yes.
These, however, are only AP -1, sir.
So 5 ups, then 5 ups on 2 wounds remaining.
5 ups, 2 wounds remaining, yes.
5 ups.
That's a good start. If you could fail both of these, that'd be much appreciated.
5 ups.
No, Winters!
1 is on 1 wound remaining. Turns out I made the right choice there. Liam.
I did, yeah.
What?
No matter how hard I look, I can't find any more attacks with that unit.
It looks like you're not going to prevent me from getting grind them down.
No.
So now you've got all the bikers attacking the little guys.
So they've got 4 attacks each. So
Nice.
I'm going to pile in.
Okay. To get onto the objective.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to pull that little guy away. He's Kevin. He's nice. He's not Kevin. Kevin's the Swarm Lord. 3's to hit. Strength 6?
Strength 5.
Oh, 3's to wound. No, 5. Yeah, 3's to wound. AP?
-2.
I don't get a save. And that is
7 dead.
7 dead. I pull 7 away. I still am able to remain in coherency to these 2 objectives here. So I am still controlling 3 objectives. Liam isn't controlling more than me. And now I get to fight back. And there's a unit here with only 3 in, right?
No, it's true, yeah.
So let's hit them with my dual bone swords on 3s. And I'm strength 8. So wound twice. And then there's the scything talons, 2 hits. 2 more wounds. So 4 off invulnerable saves.
So there's 2 with the bone swords, right?
Mm.
So we'll do those first. Because troop leaders, lead players have 2 wounds.
Oh. Okay.
Who decides who rolls what order?
You roll. You're the controller.
Bone swords each. Okay. So 1 dies to a bone sword.
Yes.
And then 2 stabby sticks. Another 1 dies. The troop leader will live.
Okay.
With his.
Now,
kids.
The more interesting thing is, I don't have to take morale there because that is Synapse, that warrior, and he's in range of himself.
No.
So he doesn't fail.
I know.
And
I don't have 3 CP to fight game winters.
And that is the end of turn 3. So you don't control more objectives than me.
Yet.
You do get 5 points for these 2 objectives here, which make it 30 points each.
It does.
But I killed 3 things in my turn, and you only killed 2.
Just.
So I get another 5 points.
That was clutch.
It was clutch. So it was 30 to 25. Now it's 35 to 20, 35 to 30. I'm still 5 points in the lead as we go to Tyranids, turn 4. So it was 35 to 30. I get an extra 10 points for holding on to these objectives, making it 15 points in the lead to me, 45 points to 30. And the Hive Mind wants to hold on to my deployment zone, defend stronghold, and hold the line. I both score these at the end of your turn, Liam. If I still have my objective here, I'll get 5 points. And if there are no enemy units within 6 inches of my deployment zone, I'll get 5 points, which is basically impossible because you're Harlequins. But extend battle lines is one of your ones that you had. I've already got that one. So I'm happy with these. So let's go on to the movement phase. Right, in the command phase, I get 2d3 bugs back, which is 8. What?
2d3 is 8.
Sorry, 2d6.
Oh.
2d6 back in there, which is 8. There's also a strat.
You actually get 8 back?
I get 8. And I could burn a strat called Endless Swarm and get d3 plus 3 as well if I wanted to. You don't have to be next to her to do that. But yeah, 8 back in. I don't think I need to burn the strat to get any more back in because let's face it, they whiffed. And here we are at the very end of my turn. I did a smite and killed one of the bikes on 1 wound remaining. Falling back with the bugs means I can't charge. And because there's a stream of bugs in front of her, she can't come around here and charge them. They got 4 attacks now, but they can double that to 8. So if she could have got back round that way and stomped on them, I might have potentially been able to kill the bikes. And I can't get around this. She can't go through ruins because she's not breachable. She's not infantry. So, and I couldn't have strung the bugs around this. Basically, I couldn't get in combat.
Yeah.
So I was smitten. I killed a bike. Smitten. That's it. I've got to extend the battle lines for another 5 points, which gets me up to 20 points in the lead. If I defend my stronghold, I'll get another 5 points at the end of the turn. And I think that's probably a surefire thing because I've got lots and lots and lots of fearless bugs down there. So with my 4 units, the Hive Mind says, hunker down, defend stronghold, hold the line. And that's what I am doing. You've got 6 luck dice to play with this turn. As we go on to Harlequins, turn 4. Oh, and I'm going to keep defend stronghold and ditch, hold the line, because, you know, your bikes are just going to stop me getting that. Right, Harlequins, turn 4. In the Harlequins turn, they get 10 points for the primaries, making it 40 points to 50. They're 10 points behind, and here are their orders. Control more objectives than me, and kill 30 wounds, basically. No prisoners, kill 30 wounds worth of stuff. But you can add it up, and maybe by the end of the game, they would have killed 30 wounds worth of stuff. And investigate site, which is complete in action in the center of the battle grid. Right, here we are after the Harlequins movement phase. Battlefield Supremacy, control more and investigate. You're not going for investigate site, complete in action in the center of the battle grid. Battlefield Supremacy, control more than me. Well, if you kill all the termagants, you will control more than me, and you'll stop me defending this objective here.
But there are also 30 models in the unit.
Yeah.
So I'll get no prisoners.
Yeah. Well, I think there's less than 30 now because of...
I killed 8. I killed 1 in shooting, 7 in melee. You put 8 back on.
Did I?
Yeah.
So there's still 30 there. So this unit of bikes zipping around here. The unit of players that were in combat zipping over here. The other unit of bike. Basically, Operation Kill the Termagants.
It's a go.
It'll get you lots of points. And then we're going to go into turn 5. What you're pointing at.
You moved your Carnifex into the ruin.
So your Death Jester couldn't shoot me.
Yeah, but I'm below. Void Weavers can.
Because that way you can't see down to what?
You're in the ruin now.
Yeah.
So I can shoot into the ruin.
I didn't think this through.
No.
Okay, and he's worth 9 wounds as well for no prisoners. Kill 30 wounds worth of stuff. Is there a way back from the Harlequins? This is so close. Let's go on to the shooting phase. Void Weaver number 1, shooting at Carnifex.
So, Shuriken Cannons. He hits you 4 times.
Yes.
I wound you once at -1.
I'm okay.
So, Prism Cannon.
Prism Cannon.
I hit you twice.
Right.
I wound you twice. They're both AP -4.
I need 6s. I get a 6.
2d3 damage.
And -1 to that damage. That 3 damage becomes 2 damage.
So I might spend a luck dice.
Okay.
To re-roll the 3 that becomes a 2. Oh, it's the same.
Oh, it's
couldn't have got any worse though.
No. So he's on 7 wounds remaining.
The second one will have a go.
Rinse and repeat.
Shuriken Cannons. We hit you 3 times.
Yes.
5s. We wound you once at -1, sir.
I'm okay.
We don't. We do have our Prism Cannons. Both hit. 3s. Both wound. 6s.
I failed both of them.
First one is going to be 6 damage.
Which is 5 damage.
Second one,
so it's on 2 left.
Is going to be 5 damage.
It's dead. And it doesn't death throw. It just gets shot through with holes and bleeds screaming on the floor of that ruin. Because it's a screamer killer, you know, screaming.
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah. Okay, right. Death Jester into Gribblies.
3 shots.
Yes.
I got 1. I'm going to change that one to a 6.
Right.
So I get 6 more shots. I get 9.
9 shots out of 3.
9 hits. Yeah.
9 hits.
Strength 6, 2 squeegee.
Yeah.
So there's this many.
Yeah.
That are all AP -2. That kills them 1 each time, doesn't it?
It does, so unless I start putting some on. It kills. Yes, kills 6.
So I use 3 luck dice to re-roll them. It kills 8. 8 of them are dead.
8 bugs die. Now you have your Troop Master fusion pistoling the Bonesaw guy.
He's a Troop Master. He's just a lead player.
Oh right, the lead player hits.
Strength 8. He doesn't wound. And spend a luck dice. He doesn't wound. I have to charge him now, aren't I?
That's 5.
Rubbish.
Right, okay.
Okay, fine, cool.
Bikes shooting at Gribblies?
Those 3 bikes first, they're blast weapons.
Okay.
So I get full shots.
And this unit of bikes killed 4 Gribblies. The other unit of bikes only killed 1 little termagant. Now you have all the players. So fusion pistols are out of range.
Everything's out of range there. I think the Shuriken pistols are 12 inches, so I can shoot those.
Right.
And they're going to shoot back into this guy with 1 wing remaining.
Are you? Okay.
But the other fusion pistol can shoot Big Mama.
Okay.
So the 3 Shuriken pistols first.
Yes.
Hit on 3s into. Oh my lord.
And 5s to wound him.
5s to wound him.
You don't wound him.
Should we see how lucky he is?
Let's see how lucky he is. Spending a luck dice. It does wound him.
He's quite lucky. -3 as well.
I need a 6. I don't make a 6. And the last of the warriors fall. That leaves me with a Tervagan and these Tervagants remaining. But you're going to fusion pistol her in the face.
2s. She's toughness 8 now.
She is toughness 8.
4s. We do go through. AP -4.
She fails to save.
And I'm not close enough, so it's just D6 damage for 5.
And she has feel no pain.
Does she?
It's her warlord trait. Warlord trait. Something.
Dark side.
Yeah. She takes 3 wounds. She's got 300 left. That's the end of the shooting phase. Then we went on to the charge. The Troop Master charging straight through the ruin into the Gribblies. The bikes charging into the Gribblies from behind. And you're not charging them with the players of the bikes. Those bikes are on that objective there anyway. And their charge might get them perilously close to Big Mama. And then she could heroically intervene and start doing some damage back.
If I charge her, I just lose players.
Yeah.
So there's no point.
Okay, she is that tough.
So we'll just start with my Troop Master.
Troop Master, 7 attacks. Hit on 2s.
Hit on 2s. And I'm going to luck dice one of those.
That's your last luck dice, right?
I should also say that I spent a CP on Kiss of Death.
Okay.
So 5 hits.
Yes.
So I wound you on 2s.
Yes.
And I can re-roll wounds.
Yes.
So I'm going to re-roll all of them.
Okay.
Because I want 6s.
Because 6s do mortal wounds
in addition. So you take 1 mortal wound and then 5 more die.
So that's 6 in total.
Dead so far.
I think we said that there's 16 in there.
We did.
So there's 10 left to kill. Because if you kill them, I won't defend my home objective.
So the bikes.
Yes.
Hit you on 3s.
Yes.
It's not a terrible start. Wound you on 3s.
Okay.
But I reroll 1s because I'm close to my Troop Master.
And it's AP -2, so I don't get a save.
So 7 more die.
So in total, 7 plus 6 is
13 died.
You've wiped out. And then at the end of your turn 4, I've got 4 models left. My little Gribbly is gnawing back at your Troop Master, doing no damage whatsoever. And it was 50 points to 40. But you get battlefield supremacy and you get no prisoners, making it 50 points each. But I have defended that stronghold because they're still alive. So it's 55 points to 50 at the start of turn 5.
And you score 5 points.
I'm going to get 5 points, making it 60 points to 50. You're going to get 15 points. So I need, it's 60 points to 50 at the start of turn 5. You're going to get 50. I need a good draw for my secondary objectives to try and win this day.
Yeah.
What can man do against such reckless Harlequins? Here we are in Tyranids turn 5, and even burning a card, we end up with this. Area denial makes sure that there's no enemy units within 12 inches of the centre. They are. I can't do that with just her. And also, she needs to get wholly within 12 inches of the centre to do that.
You can, because you'd have to come here, smite him, and then charge them.
Well, I also measured up your Troop Master's just in as well.
Oh, then you can't. So I
triple
tried,
units.
I'm sorry.
Investigate site. 1 unit from your can do this who's wholly within the centre of the battlefield. Again, she can't. No prisoners. Strike force. Take off 30 wounds. They can't. I can't complete them. It's 60 points to 50. And in your turn, you're going to get 15 on your primaries. So you'll be at least 5 points in the lead before we even draw any secondary cards. And let's face it, I've only got 4 models left. So at this stage, the Tyranids will withdraw from this site. And this is the way the world ends. Okay, so it's all over, 65 points to 60 when I retreat. That's the minimum it could be, because you could get a couple more points. At the end of the game, though, being only 5 points in it, with 4 models remaining, is, to my mind, a great victory for Tempest of War. It shows you how close these games can be, despite how brutal it is. And another thing about Tempest of War, before we talk about the game itself, is it went one way, it went the other. Like in turn 2-3, we didn't know who was going to go, and then you had a sudden cut. It was good.
So this is a journey of discovery that I had when during 8th edition, I categorically stated that I hated Maelstrom of War and I didn't like the random card drawing. Just looking at that for a bit, are we?
There's a trophy up there.
And I said I didn't like the random card drawing because it was too random, and it meant that one player who was better than the other player might lose because of the cards. And then I learned very, very quickly when we lost Maelstrom of War how much I loved it for content.
Yeah.
Because it meant that 3, 4, 5, 6 missions that were exact same cleanse and capture could play out very differently on the tabletop.
Yeah. I couldn't score any of my secondaries at the end of the game. That does seem like a downside to Tempest of War, but I've got 4 models left. So what can you do when you've got 4 models left to score secondaries? One of the things I was quite conscious of while I was filming it is actually my narration. I don't think that flowed as well as it could have for 2 reasons. 1, new codex, Tyranids, and I'm trying to explain a few things as it goes. And 2, I haven't got my game on. I haven't got my jamming going for narrating Tempest of War yet. I imagine by the time I've done probably the second or third one of these, I'll definitely get the flow down a lot better, because you're saying how many points are scored at the start, how many points are scored at the end. In my brain, while I was doing it, I was getting a bit kerfuffled.
But we did it before with Maelstrom, which is a bit rusty.
I'm a bit rusty filming Tempest of War. Now, the game itself. The first thing I have to ask you, Liam O'Liam, new nids.
I love the fact that big monsters are scary. Carnifex is coming. Last nids, Carnifex hits even a 6-wound boat, it probably bounces.
Yeah.
New nid, Carnifex goes, nope.
Screamer Killer, moving 10. Yeah. 8 inches on the advance with opportunistic advance. Onslaught on that's 18 inches with a charge at the end of it with 11 attacks on the charge. It's got 10 attacks, but it gets +1 if it heroically intervenes or charges.
I like the new Morlock rules quite a lot. I love the fact that the big bugs are toughness 8 now. Yeah. 2-up saves. Yeah. Tyranids are probably where Tyranids should be now.
They're scary.
They're really scary. I've also heard a rumour, I don't know how true it is, but I've also heard a rumour that Crusher Stampede still works with the new book as well. which will be interesting because that makes big monsters even scarier.
The new book doesn't necessarily overrule the Crusher Stampede thing, but Crusher Stampede, because it was a release from a White Dwarf, will fade away over time.
Yeah.
Plus, people will find other ways to play using, say, Leviathan or another thing.
We had some chats about the new codex off camera.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that I like the most about it is a comment you pretty much made where you basically said, I want to try everything.
Yeah.
That means the book's hit a sweet spot.
Yeah.
Because I want to try everything means the book is good.
Yeah.
And I've always said this, one of the most important things I think about a codex is internal balance. If you can look at a bunch of units and go, well, actually, this one's an auto-include, and this one you're never going to take, that's a bad book. Yeah. But if you look at everything and go, how do I get everything in a list? That's a good book.
It is good. Playing with a Toxicrene and a Wiggly thing, a Harlequins. I want to get the weapon beasts on the table, like the Exocrenes and the Tyrannofexes now. They don't fire twice anymore, but at least they hit on 3s, and the guns are a lot scarier. I haven't put the Hive Tyrants down on the table yet. Zoanthropes have lost their 3-up invulnerable save. The Neurothrope still has a 3-up invuln, but Zoanthropes are back to a 4-up invuln, and their Smite isn't as good.
I thought it got better.
But they're toughness 5 now. So they're tougher with a 4-up invulnerable save.
Talking about toughness 5, Warriors.
Warriors are...
Oh my.
Warriors are the... See, in Leviathan, they'll have Transhuman. So they'll be toughness 5 with Transhuman. They've got synapse, so they're fearless, and you can synapse link all over the battlefield. They've got a gazillion attacks.
Gazillions, is it?
If I was running it, I would have, like, say 3 units of 6, or I would have at least 3 units of warriors, all with bone swords, because with adrenal glands, they're up to strength 8, they're moving 7. With transhuman, have a bunch of warriors just charging
and they get that
forward.
-1 damage strat.
-1 damage strat. There's a number of... See, I didn't notice afterwards when he did all the wounds to the Toxicrene. It's got acid for blood in its keyword, because then there's a strat that you can use on Toxicrenes and Harrospec. So for every wound you do to them, on a 4-up, they do wounds back. So you want a 4-up.
What?
Up to a total of 6 or something. But they can do mortal wounds back when you hurt them. So, yeah, warriors are good. I think warriors are one of the hidden gems in this particular codex. The little bugs having a 5-up save is massive.
It is.
The difference between a 5-up and a 6-up is saving a third of a time to a sixth of a time.
She's mental.
Her with 30 around. It's a lot of points, but she spawns 70 guys, and you get more.
So you spawn 10 guys at 7 points each, 70 points.
Yeah.
And you spawn another 8 guys, so that's not 70, is that 63, 54,
120 odd points back in.
So 120, 130 points back. And how much does she cost?
215.
So she's cost you 100 points.
Yeah.
Isn't she?
And she can't... that's what I thought when I came up with this list, is let's have her down with a big swarm around. That's my anchor for Synapse out. And she ain't going away anytime soon. Give her a 5-up for the pain.
Until the last time, I couldn't get to her.
The other thing was, she used to be crap. She used to have like 3 attacks that hit on 4s.
Yeah.
Now she's got 4 attacks that hit on 3s, but you can make that 8 attacks that hit on. You can do 4 big attacks or 8 little attacks, and the little attacks aren't little. So she's pretty good now. Stinger Salvo, 8 shots.
Yeah.
It's assault. So if you charge her, she can shoot you 8 times in close combat because she's a monster. So she can shoot you with those Stinger Salvos.
She is a monster. That is what we would call her. Yes.
So she's pretty cool. I like her.
I do like the Nids. I think they're a very good, very strong book now. I think there's a lot of good balance in it. I'm very positive about the book on the whole. But Harlequins is just that little bit... They just have that little bit too much right now.
Harlequins are, yeah. Well, Harlequins are a bit OTT right now. I think everyone will agree on that.
And to be fair, this is more of a balanced-ish list. I haven't got 9 Void Weavers, because that's silly. I've only got 2.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. This is what I was thinking when I said that, which is, yes, you've got a balanced-ish list. It's a bit broken right now, right? Right now, I don't really know what I'm doing with Tyranids. Give me a couple of months.
Oh, God, yeah.
Once I've got a bit of a better list in. I think Tyranids versus Harlequins might be able to do some serious work, because Harlequins' power comes from you can't shoot at these so good. If I can make a Tyranid list, or someone out there makes a Tyranid list which basically doesn't shoot very much, just swarms across the board and is as tough and as fast as Tyranids are now, Harlequins are going to get eaten.
That's when you'll see people stop using light and they'll start using dark.
For the extra attacks.
So on dark, you can fight on death with all of your attacks and you get additional AP -1.
Yeah.
So people just use dark instead.
Yeah. But dark won't protect you against all the other lists.
Exactly. That's when it becomes a rock paper scissors type matchup. Yeah. Right. So I think you're right. I think this could offer some real threat to all the armies out there. To be honest with you, they even frighten to some extent. They even frighten custodians. I think.
I'll tell you what I like about Tyranids as well is there's a lot of damage to weapons in the game. Damage two. Tyranids do have a lot of damage to a lot of the bigs, but a lot of their attacks in the book is a lot of damage 1. Just lots of volume. Like a Morlock having 16 attacks at damage 1. Toxicrena, do you know what I mean? They've just got a lot of volume of small... Actually...
Damage 1 and damage 3 is king in this edition at the moment because there's so much -1 damage out there. Damage 1 and damage 3 is king. Because damage 2 is so often negated. And damage 3 is often reduced to damage 2 anyway. But damage 1, who cares? Just volume.
It's a good book.
It's a really good... my favourite thing about it...
Yeah.
My favourite thing about it, when you look at the book, when you look at how the Hive Fleet adaptations are, when you look at how the models operate, when you look at the changes they've made to the data sheets, my most favourite thing about the book is its narrative.
It feels... Oh, that's the thing, because I had the test game in the week and I've played this one with you. It feels like Tyranids should feel like they're scary, they're big, they've got speed. I like the synaptic link rule, how you link stuff to synapse up and down. Originally, it took me, because my brain, I'm stupid... It took me a while to get my head around that, but once I got my head around it, it's like this works narratively.
Yeah.
When you say it feels narrative, it feels like this one's telling that one, and that one's doing it. Yeah, I like the book. I think it's a good book, and I've barely scratched the surface of that book.
I'm interested. I'm excited to see what you can do with it, mate.
There's layers of complexity in there because it's 9th that I wish weren't so layered. But for a 9th edition book, it's not as complex as it is. It's quite Diet Coke for a 9th edition book.
So you play AdMech, right?
Yes.
When that codex came out, you've basically not played them.
Played them once, put it in the deployment zone recently. It just makes my brain hurt.
So it has some layered complexity, the Tyranids, but it's nowhere near AdMech levels. I think this is as good as it gets for 9th.
I miss my AdMech. I miss that. I just can't. There's so many things. I don't get. I'm not going down that rabbit hole.
No, let's not, because we're really positive about it right now.
I'm thinking Games Workshop have got the message. Games Workshop have got the message. Tempest of War came out. We're seeing 9th edition books like this. The Horus Heresy launch is coming quite soon. Games Workshop went hard on the tournament play, match play, and complexity in all the books, adding rules for rules' sakes. And they seem to be rowing back on some of those decisions. Good. And I think we're at the beginning of that row back, which is better it's healthier for the game overall because there's less barriers to entry. Mm-hmm. It's easier to play. The cost is still the cost, but it's always been horrible. And if you love this hobby and you really, like I do, then you'll be buying the books, you'll be buying the models, and you'll be playing the game anyway. And cost is relative. If you're living in Australia, you're screwed.
It's not like value for money is very subjective as well, isn't it? You know, so I think that the game is still great value with the amount of time and hours of fun that I have out of 40k. Yeah, I certainly think it's good value overall. Yeah, but I get how it could be perceived as too expensive for some. Having said that, Tempest of War now. The other thing that Tempest of War does, we talked about already, balancing lists means that people won't have to meta chase with their lists so much. I say have to, you don't have to, but people won't be because you just build a balanced list and have fun. Tempest is such a positive thing to come out of Games Workshop HQ.
See, games are supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
Do you remember having a game and playing for fun? Yeah. Being it TIG or whatever it might be.
Freckles.
No. There's other military people out there who know exactly what you're talking about now, and this is a family show. Games are supposed to be fun. And so long as the game is fun, then it's just... Tempest of War is funnera.
It's much more funnera.
It's much more funnera. So on that bombshell, some say he is... I don't know, let's wrap up. Battlemap from urbanmats.com. The creators are from urbanmats.com. All this other lovely scenery is from James from March of War. Thank you, James, including this.
We love really you. Nice stuff.
Thank you very much. If you'd like to support us, like some more of this sort of thing, or or join the community, join the Discord, and take part in the many events that we have. We were just talking about it because we just had a brief cup of tea there. This year I've done King of the North, Shakespeare Smackdown, Southwest Showdown, Weekend at Bernie's. That's 4 events I've done already. DZTV exclusive events that I've been to, raised by the community, for the community. We've got our narrative event coming up soon, our official event. There's the open day later in the year. There's another weekend. If you want to take part in any of that because you're in the UK, then I encourage you to come join us in the deployment zone. If you're not in the UK, then last year we ran the Gehenna campaign, online campaign, and we were returning to Gehenna very soon, or by the time this video comes out, for another online campaign for all of our community as well. Because ultimately, we're fans of this game, and we're trying to build the kind of community that I wish existed when I started playing.
Absolutely.
All those years ago.
100%. That's exactly what we're trying to do.
So we hope you enjoyed this, and take care of yourselves. And anything what I'm saying? You're looking at my trophy. I won that, you know. I don't mention it very often.
It doesn't have your name on it though.
No, but it's the only trophy, and it's here. And I made a video on it.
Did you?
Yeah. We went to, yeah.
It doesn't have your name on it, so it doesn't necessarily
Champion of champions, mate. Legend of legends.
You are a legend. You're my legend.
You're my legend too, honey bun. Happy wargaming.